Only one thought remained in Shi Tian's mind. Run. But it was probably too late. Chen Qianan charged towards Shi Tian. So fast that Shi Tian couldn't react. He kicked Shi Tian right in the crotch, leaving Shi Tian gasping for air, unable to scream. Next came 18 consecutive slaps, each one shaking heaven and earth. Chen Qianan crossed his arms and rubbed Shi Tian's cheek with his foot, saying coldly, "Last time, you were stepped on by me like this too. Like a bug. How despicable you are. Look at you now." The ninth prince was humiliated beyond recognition. Neither demon nor human. In the sky, tens of thousands of black holes connected the celestial realm and the lower realm, remaining open, but no one emerged. I can't believe the celestial realm didn't send anyone to help you. How laughable. I've always wondered how to maximize the benefits. Ideally to the point where it provides me with an endless supply of what I want. What Chen Qianan desired were domain points. He sneered at Shi Tian and continued, "By keeping your pathetic life, my plan can finally be realized." With that, Chen Qianan snapped his fingers. "I'm sure you'll love this." A cross-shaped rack emerged from the ground, like an Ultraman cross. Chen Qianan pulled Shi Tian up and nailed him to it by his wrists, blood splattering everywhere. "Then I'll skewer your body, piercing you with thousands of drills. Every 10 seconds, a spike will pierce you. This can last all a long, long time. I don't care if it hurts or not." Thousands of spikes hung in midair, poised to tear and shred. Instantly, the spikes plunged into Shi Tian's body, making him scream in agony. Chen Qianan stood beside him, delighted by the torture he was inflicting on Shi Tian. He laughed maniacally. "Until someone powerful comes to save you, I'm willing to wait however long it takes. Yes, as long as they can reach you. I will spare your life." Minutes passed. The spikes continued their relentless assault, piercing Shi Tian's body one after another. 7, 8, 90. Shi Tian's palms, arms, were covered in spikes. Every part of his body, his face, chest, legs, head, were all pierced mercilessly. Even his throat was pierced, rendering him speechless. He could only moan in excruciating pain. He didn't know how much time had passed. The only thought left in his mind was, "How many times have I been pierced by those drills? It hurts so much. When will this end?" After a while, Chen Qianan decided to pull out all the spikes from Shi Tian's body. He said mockingly, "It's been an hour. And the celestial realm still hasn't sent anyone to rescue you. It seems like being a prince isn't all it's cracked up to be." The black holes remained empty, not a single soul emerging. Or maybe the torture isn't enough. Let's try adding a few thousand more drills. Suddenly, a pair of arms wrapped around him from behind, startling him. A sweet voice rang out. "Husband." Jiang Wansu's face was streaked with tears as she hugged him tightly. "It's real, it's not an illusion. You're alive." She even bit him, as if to release all her worry and anger. "How dare you make her cry so much?" At this moment, the system suddenly announced, "Host. The domain has detected the reincarnation of a celestial prodigy." But Chen Qianan was too lost in love to pay attention to any notifications. He gently wiped Jiang Wansu's tears and soothed, "I'm sorry, I scared you. It won't happen again." Jiang Wansu calmed down and nodded, her face flushed. He quickly used his power of life and creation to heal her wounds. Just then, a loud shout rang out, "Master! My lord!" Bao Nhi and Bak Wei rushed in and hugged Tran Trang tightly, causing Jiang Tonso to be pushed back by their collision. "That person earlier was so cool, ha ha ha. He's truly an angel descended from heaven, senior. He's too strong." Jiang Tonso was enraged with jealousy. She refused to be outdone and grabbed Tran Trangen's hand, pulling him close and calling him husband, leaving Bao Nhi wide-eyed with surprise. "Husband," Tran Trangen's face darkened, and he hurriedly explained, "Cough, cough, cough. Look at me, I forgot to introduce you. This is my disciple, Lin Bao Nhi." Bao Nhi, not giving up, questioned her master. "I'm not resigned. There's a wicked woman trying to seduce master." Wah, at that moment, Bakwei finally understood what was going on. And her face darkened with anger. Jiang Tonso was still clinging tightly to Tran Trangan's arm, her heart full of vigilance. Neither of the two women was willing to back down, their anger growing. They both questioned Tran Trangan, husband? Master, you had to give me an explanation. He could only rub his hands together, trying to appease the two women. Calm down, calm down. As for Bakwei, although she understood the situation, she still stood there awkwardly, not knowing what to do. With a wretched look on his face, he avoided answering. They are all people I live with, we'll work it out. The people who witnessed this side of Tran Trangan couldn't help but be surprised and gossip. The island master has this side to him too? It's completely different from when he was slaying immortals just now. To be honest, I saw that murderous aura of the island master. And I couldn't imagine how he would smile. Even Jiang Nath Tien, who witnessed it, was shocked. Unable to believe that he had done such a thing. And yet, he looked so unconcerned. In the space, there was a sudden cracking sound as a spatial gate appeared. Tran Trangan exclaimed excitedly, "Oh! You're finally here. What took you so long?" The space gradually expanded. Jiang Nath Tien was startled, as she sensed who had created this gate. This is the 8 trigrams Buddha finger of the Abyss Master. Just one finger can easily destroy dozens of lower realms. It's equivalent to a serious blow from a celestial venerable. A hand with 5 fingers stretched out toward the ground, and a voice boomed. You lower realm being, you seek death. Tien Tai, who was still crucified, felt as if he had grasped a lifeline, and couldn't help but laugh out loud. Ha ha ha. Abyss Master. Abyss Master has come to save me. Ha ha ha. One finger from the Abyss Master is enough to kill you. Tran Trangan. Go to hell. Tran Trangan remained calm, and casually raised his adorable middle finger. Then I'd like to see whether your finger is stronger, or mine. He immediately extended his adorable middle finger to meet the Abyss Master's finger, causing the latter to bend and distort. In the next moment, the Abyss Master's finger was destroyed, scattering into smoke. So, it seemed that Tran Trangan's adorable middle finger was indeed stronger. Everyone who witnessed this was astonished, their jaws dropping in disbelief. By now, the two immortals probably realized that they had messed with the wrong person. Bao Nhi cheered loudly, celebrating their victory. Master is the best. Kill them all. Tran Trangan looked at the dissipating smoke and taunted the upper realm beings. Do you all to cower like turtles so much? Only daring to attack me from across realms, but not daring to show your faces? Or are you afraid? Zhang Ngoctn, fearful of Tran Trangan's madness, angrily stopped him. That's enough. I know you have a lot of animosity toward the immortals of the upper realm. But the upper realm is not just limited to Celestial King and Celestial Emperor level immortals like us. There are far more powerful beings. If it weren't for the 9 continents realms laws protecting it, preventing stronger immortals from casually descending, you wouldn't be able to act so recklessly here. If you truly provoke them. Ha ha ha. Tran Trangan turned around and interrupted her. Ah, you've just reminded me. I've been tormenting that Tien for so long. And yet no upper realm immortal has dared to descend. So it's because of the laws. He quickly snapped his fingers. Heavenly Tao, come here. A bolt of lightning immediately appeared. Your obedient servant is here, Father. What are your orders? 343,010.44166 to 10.45700. I want to modify the laws of the Great Realm, especially those regarding immortals descending. Specifically, the 9 continents realm's prohibition on celestial emperors entering. The Heavenly Tao trembled in fear. Father, this absolutely won't do. This little one's body won't be able to withstand it. Tran Trangan didn't care much. Establish these new rules. 1. Immortals can bypass the suppression of the laws and freely descend. 2. The 9 continents realm will not restrict the cultivation levels of descending immortals. 3. Immortals can unleash their full power. This way, descending immortals won't have any constraints. The laws began to change immediately. Immortals from the upper realm could now enter the 9 continents realm. The Heavenly Tao cried out in exhaustion. Just go ahead, father. As long as you're happy. Don't worry about whether I live or die. Tian Tian and Zhang Enjioli Tian were utterly stunned this time. How could he dare? The onlookers could only laugh wryly. Who told them that their lives were always in his hands? Island Master, please stop. Please. My heart can't take it anymore. Tian Tian suddenly had a realization. His eyes widened, bloodshot. I understand now. Tran Trong Nin has long intended to kill all the immortals. In exchange for the lower realm's eternal peace, I led the immortal protectors to attack Van Chao. Killing his clone, all of this, was a trap he had set in advance. Aimed at all the immortals. Tran Trong Nin is truly terrifying. Now, Tian Tian felt like a mere pawn in Tran Trong Nin's game. Zhang Enjiozi Tian descended to the mortal realm solely for the immortal fruit. She coldly clenched her hand, unsure of how to proceed in the future. She could only curse him in despair. You madman. You lunatic. I came here for the immortal fruit. Why is it harder than ascending to heaven? Suddenly, the mark on Zhang Enjiozi Tian's forehead emitted energy. She was surprised. The protective mark of the Zhang family's chosen one. That energy transformed into a thread. That connected to Zhang Tonso. She is the Zhang family's #1 prodigy. Unexpectedly, she has been hiding by Tran Trong Nin's side all along. Furthermore, I sense the 9 continents cauldron on her. It seems Tran Trong Nin trusts her deeply. He never suspected her existence. Currently, her clone has reincarnated into the mortal realm. As long as she finds the opportunity to disperse her clone soul, she can use my cultivation technique to transmit the 9 continents cauldron back to her main body. Although her soul will be injured, the 9 continents will belong to our Zhang family. It's clear which is more important. Now it's just a matter of when she will disperse her clone's soul. Even I couldn't immediately recognize her. Tran Trong Nin, no matter how clever you are, you could never have expected this. Tran Trong Nin was still gently stroking Zhang Tanso's head. Not long after he modified the laws. There was movement within the black hole. Zhang Enjioli Tian looked up at the sky in astonishment. All the spatial tunnels have merged. Mortals, start sweating. With a spatial tunnel this large, the entire upper realm's forces will surely descend. Forget it, just destroy everything. I'm lying down. There's a lunatic here who defies heaven. Look, everyone. Target confirmed. 5 celestial venerable level immortals have descended. Host, please eliminate them quickly. The system announced. The people below cried out as a single figure stepped out. The immortals have arrived. The figure introduced herself. I am the patriarch of the Zhang family, Zhang. Indeed, her arrival resembled that of a celestial maiden descending from the heavens. Light emanated from her, illuminating the entire sky. The Zhang patriarch looked at Tran Trong Nin inside. Ah, you've just reminded me. Tran Trong Nin responded calmly. As if he had expected it all along. I appreciate the compliment. You've created such a grand spectacle. Yet only a single person from the lower realm is present. It seems that others in the upper realm have also seen through me. That's right. There's no need to be so guarded. I won't make a move. I wish to speak with you calmly first. To think you could force our upper realm's prodigy to seek our help. This makes me realize that the lower realm truly has its share of talented individuals. Apart from Fong Chiang, you're the second person from the lower realm to make us dance to your tune. When I emerged from the spatial tunnel, I initially intended to eliminate you and destroy this 9 continents realm. However, after seeing you, I've changed my mind. Tran Trong Nin's eyes were cold and filled with disdain. Go on. I've decided to accept you into the immortal realm. As an inner disciple of the Zhang family. In my Xian Wu immortal realm. Everyone was stunned by the Zhang patriarch's words. She continued. Giving you even more benefits. We will also promise not to attack the 9 continents. This 9 continents realm will belong solely to you. You will be the master of this 9 continents realm. In addition, we will open a path of ascension between the upper realm and the lower realm. Allowing cultivators from the 9 continents to ascend and become stronger. All you have to do is agree to my request. Zhang arrogantly believed that the treatment she offered to these mortals. However, all she heard was Tran Trong and soft chuckle. He raised his adorable middle finger at the stunned Zhang. With a contemptuous look on his face, he taunted. You old hag. Trying to tempt me with such a grand illusion. How could I possibly trust the words of someone who nurtured such a ruthless invader? You think I'm stupid. As if I can't see through your intentions towards me. If you want to fight, then stop pretending. This old man isn't afraid of you. From the very beginning, there was never any fairness between the upper and lower realms. His words, accompanied by the gesture of his thumb pointing downwards, stunned Zhang, leaving her speechless. She couldn't believe that her scheme had been seen through from the start. Her eyes narrowed, filled with murderous intent. Ah! It's a shame. Tran Trong Nin. Your arrogance will cost you dearly. The surrounding space gradually turned crimson red, as countless flaming meteorites rained down upon the lower realm. Do you know the difference between the upper realm and the lower realm? It's the difference between the starry river and mere dust. The mark on her forehead glowed brightly, her face still full of arrogance. No matter how strong those in the lower realm are, they rely on their realm. Once their realm crumbles, they will perish along with it. Mountains, rivers, and seas were all bombarded by meteorites. Tran Trong Nin watched the falling meteorites with anger. 509,015. 50,400 to 15.51566 Zhang shouted triumphantly. If I can't have it, then it shall be destroyed. The majestic power of the 9 continents in the Leichao region, outside the barrier, was now consumed by a crimson glow. From the meteorite bombardment, they fell from the sky. As the wrath of the immortals descended. Divine punishment. Annihilation. The 9 continents crumbled. Countless lives prayed for salvation. Facing the wrath of heaven, they could only watch helplessly. Why did it come to this? My home. Wah! Why is it gone? In the Guangzhou region, outside the barrier, only ruins remained. People fled in panic. Run! The immortals want to kill us. It's useless even if we flee to the ends of the earth. I just got married. I don't want to die. People cried out in despair. As the meteorites kept falling. We're all going to die. No one can stop the immortals. The situation was no better at the border of Vanshan. Homes were engulfed in flames. That place hasn't been destroyed. Quick, let's go there and seek refuge. Strangely, the people in Hualong City remained unharmed. Not a single meteorite had fallen there. Why is only this place safe? The people wondered. 5410-164-7333 to 01649233. It's because we're near the Island Master. The Island Master is protecting us. Beep. 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 Warning. The system blared. Warning. Host, please address the attack. Originating from outside the realm immediately. The 9 continents are on the verge of collapse. Otherwise, the foundation of the invincible realm will be damaged. Host, please take immediate action. Tran Trong Nin looked up at the sky, calculating silently. Well played. These attacks are being transmitted from the upper realm. Without finding the source, I can't stop them. Although the realm itself is safe for now. This is a major problem. It seems they've used some kind of treasure that allows upper realm immortals to cast spells from such a distance, freely attacking the lower realm. Bao Nhi and Jiang Tonso were worried sick. Master, what should we do? Husband, if it's too dangerous, let's lead everyone into the world within the cauldron. Our lives are most important. We can worry about everything else later. We can plan things out slowly. John's heart was filled with pride and triumph. Tran Trong Nin, we gave you a choice. You were the one who chose this dead end. She then noticed Jiang Tonso. That's Tonso? So that's how it is. This makes things easier. Now, not only will you die, but the 9 continents will also cease to exist. I know you're practically invincible in the lower realm. But to challenge heaven. Tran Trong Nin paid no attention to John's words. Nung Nian, you're still too naive. As soon as he finished speaking, Tran Trong Nin vanished. He reappeared right behind Jiang Nung Nian, his eyes blazing red with murderous intent. He grabbed her head, immobilizing her, catching her completely off guard. What the? She managed to spot her. The next moment, a blood-curdling scream erupted. Tran Trangnan had used his magic to pierce her through. 590 hours 18 minutes and 16 seconds. 700 to 018.19000. My eyes couldn't even follow his speed. The Jiang patriarch was now gravely wounded. Tran Trangnan, no matter how strong you are, you can't save everyone. The combined power of all immortals is aimed at the 9 continents. The 9 continents' destruction is inevitable. Tran Trangnan's face darkened, and he growled. I'll ask, and you'll answer. Lie, and you die. Where are they? What treasure are they using to attack the 9 continents? Don't waste my time. Tell me, or I'll send you down there to hang with him. He was, of course, referring to Tien, who was currently crucified below, unsure if he was alive or dead. You think I would make such a foolish mistake as to let Tien descend here in person? Only a fool like him would do that. If you want to kill me, I prepared a grand gift for you. Tran Trangnan was taken aback as Jiang Nangnian's body began to glow. With a loud bang, she exploded and disappeared. She had returned to the upper realm. Tran Trangnan's voice echoed. The Jiang family's chosen one, I'll take her. And I should thank you for the 9 continents cauldron. Tran Trangnan's eyes narrowed dangerously. He was truly enraged now. Suddenly, Bao Ni's panicked cry pierced the air. He sensed something was terribly wrong. Ah, master, your little wife is disappearing. Jiang Tonso gasped, her body becoming translucent. A flood of unfamiliar memories surged into her mind. Someone is calling me. Ah, they're not from this world. But I don't want to go back there. Tears streamed down her face as her arms faded further. Huss, she couldn't finish the word. Her eyes were filled with reluctance, her heart aching. In the end, all that remained was a whisper. As her body completely disappeared, leaving behind only a single necklace. The meteorites continued to fall as Tran Trangnan stood there, witnessing it all. He bent down and picked up the necklace. Master, what do we do now? The 9 continents are about to collapse. Jiang Tonso is gone too. The 9 continents. Isn't it going to disappear with her? Bao Ni's heart was filled with worry. Bai Yu, standing next to her, didn't know what to say. In front of them, Tran Trangnan stood silently, clutching the remaining piece of Jiang Tonso. The evidence that Jiang Tonso truly existed and loved him so much. His eyes were now filled with hatred. It wasn't over yet. He thought of the immortals in the celestial realm. The scenery of the Xianwu immortal realm was still as beautiful as ever. Jiang naturally walked into the void angrily. She couldn't help but think. This Tran Trangnan is indeed formidable. No wonder he was able to injure so many celestial prodigies. If it weren't for my avatar descending to the lower realm, I wouldn't have expected the 9 provinces to have such a troublesome character. Jiang naturally opened the door. The place she arrived at was the Celestial Prodigy Hall. The Celestial Prodigies were standing there, laughing and chatting, transmitting their vigorous energy into a giant sphere at the center. Ha ha ha, I destroyed that mountain. None of you could see it. Let me see, it was me who raised that town to the ground. Someone noticed Jiang naturally and greeted her, Patriarch Jiang, you're back? How was it? Did you encounter a tough opponent? I told you earlier. Those ants from the lower realm are not worthy of our attention. We should have killed them earlier to save ourselves the trouble. This one is the Saint Martial Celestial Venerable. Jiang naturally thought to herself. Unbelievable. What are you doing right now? She didn't hold back and said directly. A group of high-ranking figures from the Xuanwu immortal realm. So many celestial venerables here, using their treasures to deal with an insignificant ant from the lower realm. Isn't it because you're afraid of Chun Chang'an? Hearing this, the supervising prodigy burst into laughter. How long has the connection between the upper realm and the lower realm been severed? If Chen Chang'an can come up here, I'll eat my own head. Ha ha ha, are we afraid of him? Don't make me laugh. He's just relying on the advantage of his territory. Let's see him when we get there. We'll make him kneel and beg for mercy. Ha ha ha, he stole the holy immortal sword from the celestial venerable. He deserves to die. If it weren't for the 9 provinces' imminent destruction, I would have gone down there and skinned him alive. I saw it very clearly. Chen Chang'an used the Great Tao to alter the 9 provinces eruption, giving us a huge advantage. We can go down there and kill him anytime. But having said that, Zhang Tuansua, the celestial prodigy of your Jiang clan and the 9 provinces, how do you plan to deal with them? Through the sphere, they could clearly see the people below and the suffering they were enduring. Ah, help me. Conspiring with a person from the lower realm, and even marrying him, has brought shame upon the reputation of our Xuanwu immortal realm. Our face is completely lost. Patriarch, are you just going to let this slide? Even though Zhang Tuansua had the merit of obtaining the 9 provinces cauldron, she still needs to be punished. After this, inform the elders that Zhang Tuansua, after being reincarnated into the lower realm, made a grave mistake. She lost 7 realms and caused a severe impact. By right, she should be punished. Wait until she wakes up, and then punish her with celestial lightning. Strike her soul 1,000 times. Whether she lives or dies will depend on her own fate. Her true body, stunningly beautiful, sat in meditation, absorbing her returning soul. She still hadn't woken up yet. Jiang naturally gave an order before that. They must use the Jiang clan's secret technique to retrieve this 9 provinces cauldron. Wait. This servant respectfully presents the 9 provinces cauldron to Patriarch Jiang naturally. Patriarch, as you instructed, we used the secret technique earlier. When Zhang Tuansua's soul fragment returned, the 9 cauldrons also returned. Jiang naturally casually asked, is she awake yet? Her soul fragment was forcefully summoned back, causing severe damage to her soul. I'm afraid it will be difficult for her to wake up in a short time. A cold-faced celestial venerable holding a cup of water said arrogantly. Patriarch Jiang, we've had enough fun. Let's just destroy the 9 provinces cauldron. Jiang naturally retorted helplessly, destroy your head. Now that we have the 9 provinces cauldron, I can completely absorb the energy of the 9 provinces realm to nourish the descendants of my Jiang clan until the energy is completely drained. Isn't that also a form of torture for the lower realm in Chen Chang'an? She seemed to see something inside the cauldron. There seemed to be something there. A golden talisman flew out, making her startled and puzzled. The talisman suddenly exploded. The true path of immortality gives birth to all beings. A celestial prodigy angrily shouted, damn it! What the hell are you doing? But when he saw who it was, he shut up. The celestial prodigy was grabbed by the head. He couldn't believe his eyes. Before he could react, with a splat, the celestial prodigy's head exploded. Everyone was shocked and on high alert. Who is it? Another celestial prodigy immediately activated a technique. Mysterious light mirror. The celestial prodigy shouted, everyone back up. I don't care what it is, it's going to die. Before he could finish his sentence, a foot stomped right onto his face, crushing his bones and teeth. The dark figure swiftly jumped onto the sphere. With a single slash, the sphere shattered. The people standing nearby were also blown away. My mysterious light mirror. They could only cry out in despair. The furious Long Ming celestial venerable shouted. Where did this thing come from? How dare it turn our celestial prodigy hall into this? The dark figure stopped in front of the astonished immortals. You wanna play? Then play with me. Jiang naturally was so terrified that she couldn't speak. You. This oppressive feeling. Immortal Emperor. The figure became clearer, it was Chen Qianan. Chen Qianan, how did you get to the upper realm? The system interface appeared, still as cute as ever. Announcing. This time, there's no discount for avatar exchange. Deducting 100 million domain points to exchange for an immortal emperor level avatar. Please confirm. The system interface displayed a notification. This avatar exchange has no discount. Deducting 100 million domain points to exchange for an immortal emperor level avatar. Please use. Chen Qianan stood tall, an oppressive aura emanating from him. The immortals were panic-stricken. This pressure. It's an immortal emperor. Quote. The immortal emperor of Xuanwu. This immortal realm is as rare as phoenix feathers and unicorn horns. Meaning, extremely rare and precious. How could an immortal emperor suddenly appear? Impossible. We could never reach his level in our lifetime. How could the lower realm? How could it produce such a person? The dark figure was now clearly visible. Everyone was stunned, unable to believe their eyes. Chen Qianan, is this his true power? Chen Qianan looked down from above like emperor. And said with disdain, really? Immortal emperors are so rare? It's just an immortal emperor. If I want. Even the immortal realm master wouldn't be able to stop me. A celestial prodigy still shouted defiantly. You're just an ignorant fool from the lower realm. You're not worthy of mentioning this noble title. Don't panic, everyone. We have so many powerful people here. Are we afraid of him? In an instant, Chen Qianan grabbed the celestial prodigy's face. So fast that the prodigy himself didn't even notice. You better not be afraid. Let me ask you again. What is the lower realm to you? Not only did the prodigy not realize what had happened, but the other celestial prodigies also didn't sense Chen Qianan's presence. Until he was right in front of them. Only then could they see him. Chen Qianan wasn't in a hurry. Think carefully before you answer. If you answer incorrectly, I will destroy this immortal realm. Though terrified, the celestial prodigy still retorted, The 9 provinces and all the lower realms are the same. They're just sources of energy for our advancement. Like livestock. Livestock waiting to be slaughtered. If they resist, they must be thoroughly suppressed. And then killed. Chen Qianan didn't get angry. He only smiled gently. You don't see them as human beings at all, do you? What was I expecting? You answered very well. Don't answer again next time. Then, he ripped the prodigy's head off. Blood splattered everywhere. Dang. Congratulations, host, for slaying the immortal monarch. Reward. 1 million domain points. The system announced. The celestial prodigy stared at Chen Qianan's hand, which was dripping with blood. Their hearts were filled with terror. I really wonder. Where do you get your sense of superiority from? This palace isn't even as big as my flying immortal mountain. Your immortal fruits are useless too. Otherwise, your people wouldn't have come to me, begging for my fruits. This is the celestial realm. That countless protagonists in those heroic fantasy novels fight tooth and nail to ascend to? Ha, a bunch of immortals who think they're above everyone else. Acting like they're the best in the world. In this tiny little place. In reality, you're all nothing. Like now, you hate me. You hate me so much that your teeth are gritted, but none of you dare to make a move. Just because I am an immortal emperor, above you. By a whole realm. You are afraid. Scared to death. Chen Qianan calmly sat down on the rubble. Every word he uttered was like a sharp mockery. Yet it was the truth. A bunch of trash destined to be destroyed along with this immortal realm. The name leader Min Tian Tan was provoked. Angry, want to take action. Damn it, I can't stand it anymore. Tran Trangan cannot forgive. This guy quickly attacked Tran Trangan. But immediately Trangan grabbed his wrist. A light twist of the wrist caused Lan Min Tian Tan to be pinned straight into the wall. In pain can only scream. The stick also spun like a pinwheel and flew away. After just one blow in response, Lin Min Tian Tan is now lying unconscious on the ground. Blood trickled from the top of his head. The other Tian Kyo names were also not weak. A series of attacks. At the same time, everyone rushed in to take revenge. Kill this go bastard. You are the one who should be destroyed. They attacked Tran Trangan from all sides. Surrounded him, Tran Trangan was not afraid of anything. Grabbed Lan Min Tian Tan's stick. His eyes lit up full of murderous intent. Waving his stick to respond to the Tian Kyo. Every stick is strong. They all sent an immortal to the west. All collapsed. Over under Tran Trangan's staff. This move is also called the dog beating method. The system did not forget to notify. Congratulations on the mission to kill Tian Tan third weight. Reward 5,000 million domain points. Congratulations to the host for killing the peak Tian Hong. Reward 3,000 million domain points. Congratulations host. Beheading Tian Hong 5 mixed chief. 10 million domain points. On Tran Trang's body exuded a thick murderous aura, making the survivors extremely panicked. Go ahead and invite the ancestors. Continue like this. Huin Vo Tien Vuch will spend It's true that it's not his opponent at all. One who saw Zhang Tonso suddenly realized. This whole office is Tran Trangen's weakness. Catch her and force Tran Trangen to his death. Another one rushed to. Don't rob me. Let me be robbed first, damn it. An amount of power like an arrow of rain. Strayed through their people. Cut off their lives. Tran Trangen's eyes became more and more contemptuous. I thought. You guys can have some dog blood rushing to kill me. Unexpectedly, garbage is still garbage. Only thinking of inferior ways. Those guys were in pain from being pierced by power. But can't speak. Gradually fade away, not even a piece of soul remains. Zhang was naturally hopeless and couldn't believe it. She just stood there and watched from the beginning. Whispering in my heart. This ignorant group blatantly attacked the whole office. Of course Tran Trangen will be killed. Fortunately, our Zhang family has a secret. Zhang Tonso's soul is controlled in my hands. In times of crisis, threats can be used. Tran Trangen appeared right behind Zhang. Naturally like before. He clasped his hands around her neck and asked Zhang Patriarch friendly. This time it's her real body. How? I know Tonso is the TNKO of the Zhang family. You must have a way to control it. Control her. So from now on. Zhang Tonso was injured a bit. I will return 100-fold to you, Zhang Patriarch. You have to protect the whole office well. Zhang Hongnian. Feel a huge pressure. Behind her back. As long as she had the thought of resistance. It will be broken immediately. Can only tremble in response. Suddenly above the sky. Waves of lightning flashed down, causing Tran Trangen to notice. In the lightning, a name shouted aggressively. Tran Trangen. You bully people too much, I had to make you pay. Is Keep Van. Tun Vo Tien Tun wanted to force a breakthrough to Tien Du. This Tran Trangen scene is gone. There's a good show. Can kill Tran Trangen. The immortals were surprised. Like hitting gold, immediately give yourself the winner. Tun Vo Tien Tun has a special move. Used in times of prosperity. Tien Du also had to give in. Tun Vo Tien Tun clasped his hands in front of his chest. Concentrate. His eyes also turned red. Tun Vo Tien Kim Tran Trangen Thud Dot Kim. Hatred of humiliation. Today I had to settle the score with you. A space appeared in the sky. In that space there is. A giant holy sword gradually appeared. I will definitely make you regret it. For coming to this world. Tun Vo Tien Tun immediately ordered to die. Giant sword. Quickly flew straight towards Tran Trangen. Bring extremely great power. But Tran Trangen wasn't serious either. Looking up at the city sword. Bored face. Erected a stick to fight the holy sword of the other. A stream of power from the stick. Immediately launched two heads. One end destroys the holy sword. The rest of the head. Pierced through the floating land of Huin Vu Tien Vu. Moment of holy martial arts Tien Tun. Also burned clean by the force. Painfully without a trace. No way a few immortals standing from afar. Looking towards the gradually destroyed land. Couldn't help but be surprised. Mighty power of this size. Only the former master can use it. Is it the pride of Tien Vuk? Different from Tien Vuk's Tien Kyo. We are fighting above How. The surviving Tien Kyo. How loud was it now? There are only 3 legs and 4 legs running fast, about to collapse. Get out of here quickly. Get someone to stop him. In Tan Tap Palace were the fairy world of Scream 7. The sound resounded, breaking the peace of the place. The panicked subordinate ran in without rules. It's not good, old ancestor. People from the 9 lower realms attacked here. There is an orange dragon standing in the center. Surrounded by the space of 8 immortal chairs. Symbolizing the 8 ancestors. Is 9 Chao 9 Chao? Previously, there was news here, wasn't there? First was a storm. Now another one. Weeds must be pulled out early in the day. Shouldn't we be concerned that the lower world? Why can we go to the upper world? The ancestors calmly sat down to discuss. Another ancestor spoke up. Not the first time. I see this person has a very deep grudge. Should touch everyone. Kill him quickly. Another old man again. Zero. What's wrong with doing it? The great theme Q has Tian Tan Tan Vo. Lan Min is there. Sanctions are only a matter of time. Another majestic voice rang out. You're wrong, I understand. Our Tian Tan has fallen. The one who just spoke was the second head of the Lai Ti family. 2 Kawaimon 8 Kentucky Tian de quadruple weight. The other ancestors were surprised. What's wrong with people? Coming to the name Tran Trong Nen. People of the lower world 9 Chao. May have pierced a hole and ran to the upper world for revenge. Only the fifth elder. TVO2 martial arts right foot. Tian de quadruple weight is serious looking at the old man's stick. Hitting my back how? Now the temple of Thien Q has been destroyed. Tian VU we can't take the lower realms anymore. Then continue to ignore. If not handled well, it will really turn into a situation like 9 Chao Lao Dai. This battle cannot be missed. No, we all know from the time he came here. The war has begun. Even if the opponent only has one great elder. 2 Reincarnation method. Tian de Sixfold solemnly spoke. On this side, Tran Trong Nen looked down at the bottom of the abyss. He had just created a sigh. His face was full of boredom. This time I will not lose. Somewhere else on the fairyland. The elders have ordered the launch of war. Showcasing Tran Trong Nen's super handsome image. The sky resoundingly announced. I used the identity of the second elder to order. All high-ranking immortals of Huin Vu Tian Vu. Immediately gather at the Thien Q Palace. Chasing and killing Tran Trong Nen. The invader of Tian Vu. The people below were buzzing with discussion. Damn it. The people of the lower world casually sneaked upstairs. Whoever it is, kill him quickly. The second elder continued to speak. This person is insidious, cunning, and extremely cruel. He killed more than 1,000 Thien Q of VU3. And destroyed our Tian VU. To protect our Tian VU ordered all high-ranking immortals of Tian VU proceed to arrest Tran Trong Nen. Who beheaded? I will take that person as a disciple. Rewarding Tian Tao. The best quality. Fully trained to become emperor. Immediately someone appeared. People of Tian Vu gossiped and ran to see. Look, it's a child. Don't run around. Stay and watch from behind. Wait for our triumphant return. Look. Isn't that crazy fighting guy at the head? And Hua Tian Tan or how? Appearing as a man. Riding a warhorse as hard as snake scales. Followed by some subordinates. Making people scream in amazement. He is the Grand Commander of the high-ranking Imperial Guard. Belongs to Hong 7. It is said that he has never lost since he started cultivating. He can kill the intruder with his bare hands. This man is in Hua Tian Tun. Standard Tian de First GI. That's Tian de. Kill this cunning and evil person. How much can you calculate? I'm starting to look forward to the merits. In the sky. There was a flying battleship that surprised the little boy. First time seeing. Quickly called his younger sister Dawn to look. Shoot. Even the Mac family's ferryboat was dispatched. This Tran Trong Nen must be dead for sure. The Mac family is good at using ferry weapons. Those who confronted them were either dead or injured. In the sky. Hundreds of thousands of ferryboats are advancing to the themed Kyo Palace. To kill Tran Trong Nen. Don't stop there. Someone else pointed in another direction and shouted loudly. Look. There are also monsters. The nine-tailed evil star that hasn't appeared in a long time. Also mobilized. These evil stars are mostly wolves and phoenixes. In addition, there are snakes and many other species. Hidden experts like us. They all gathered together. All the strong people of Huin Vu Tien Vu. Everyone gathered at the themed Kyo Palace. Couldn't help but be surprised. Surprised and then surprised again. Lam Ra to the way out. Fong Ra came to Ko Ra. Everyone also quickly recognized. What is the piece of paper flying in the sky? Vin Men Tien Tan has also arrived. On the paper was an old immortal. Holding a pen writing on a piece of paper. On the back row 2 identical girls, right? One red and one blue are holding ink stones and ink sticks. How can this be without us? Vin Men Tien Tan. Immortal. Specializing in recording the history of Huin Vu Tien Vu. This campaign. He will definitely record it and hand it over to the former master. Of course. As long as our Huin Vu situation changes. He will record the truth correctly. People of the lower world can be included in our Huin Vu history book. Consider it his honor. Vin Bet Tien Tan jumped up with a pen. The two girls also diligently grind ink. Solid lines were written on the surface of the paper. The resounding sentences appear more and more. January 250 according to the Huin Vu calendar. The thieves of Nin Chao invaded the upper world, making a fuss in Huin Vu Tien Vu. The elder was angry and gathered all his forces to punish this man. All the immortals almost moved. Hung Jiang family withdrew Chao. Ah, so stupid. Even the opportunity to be recorded in the history books like this. Also gave up on the Jiang family after this. May decline from here. This old man smiled terribly. Eyes only. Black hearts and red pupils. Everywhere I go, my teeth are yellow, some places are not. It seems that you don't eat healthy on a regular basis. Old Vin Men aesthetic. All my life I have recorded the legendary stories of TNVU frequently at honors. This battle is no exception. On the contrary, the Jiang family withdrew for no reason. Like this. Later, someone else will break it in the Jiang family. Now Jiang is still sitting on the big chair. On either side were two worried-looking subordinates sitting. She still couldn't recover from the previous moment. The subordinate next to him could only softly call the patriarch. Like old. As for Vin Men, he only thought of a sure win situation, then chose to withdraw. Jiang stupid. Warriors. This is a great opportunity to be recorded in the history books. You must seize it. The old man pointed his pen down below. Under the nib are tens of thousands of soldiers covering the ground. The soldiers, full of triumph, shouted loudly to fight. Fighting, fighting, the old man shouted loudly. Next we just need to stand here, witnessing the glorious moment. In the history of Hui and Vu. The ancestors also showed up. The second elder spoke up. Even Vin Men is here. This battle will definitely be a complete victory. The great elder also responded to Tian Vuj. Many years of constant internal strife. Declining morale. Now again because of this Trantrayanan. Making the immortals of one mind. Whatever his purpose. This battle cannot be avoided. Also forced to win. Pulling back the aura of the old Tian Vuj. Regardless of the cost. Suddenly in the middle of battle. There was a burst of power that blew a path. A lot of dead immortals. Everyone shouted loudly that Trantrayanan had arrived. Everyone surrounded Trantrayanan in the middle of Tian Vuj. How can you let you do whatever you want? Let the immortals use their own skills. Even Tian De can't win. Trantrayanan happily accepted this delicious dish. All high-ranking immortals are gathered. How about we just have a party? A net was cast to catch Trantrayanan. But with just a wave of the stick, the net broke the net. Immortal dies behind fairy. The system also issued a notification. Congratulations to the host for killing 2v10 Hong quadruple. Got 10 million domain points. Plus 2 Tian Vuj pieces. Congratulations to the host for killing 2v10 Hong sixfold. Got 20 million domain points. Plus 2 Tian Vuj pieces. The voices of the immortals mixed with the sound of the system. Damn, this thief doesn't make sense. Congratulations to the host for killing 2v10 Hong eightfold. Got 20 million domain points. Plus 2 Tian Vuj pieces. Congratulations to the host for killing 2v10 Hong sevenfold. Got 20 million domain points. Plus 2 Tian Vuj pieces. Trantrayanan pointed his lovely middle finger at the immortals. Gently insulting idiot. An angry elder glared. Damn brat. He dares to thread. And Hua Tian Tan angrily jumped out of his horse. Rushed towards Trantrayanan. You brat, die. Trantrayanan also didn't care. Ran somewhere else. A few immortals thought he was running away. So I followed and laughed and chased after. Don't let him run. The pen was put down again. The thief of Nine Chao couldn't fight back. Beaten like a dog. Really funny. The two women on their backs were also excited that it was a good start. The fifth elder laughed arrogantly. The connection between the upper world and the lower world has been sealed by me. No matter how arrogant he is, he can't escape. The second elder also folded his arms and contemptuously replied. It's just an ant struggling before it dies. Such low-level provocation. We don't need to worry. But right after that, there was a large explosion of electricity. Everyone was surprised. Knowing that he had been tricked, Trantrayanan. Tianko storing fairy weapons and techniques. Suddenly completely destroyed. Must be Trantrayanan's doing. Precious treasures of the immortal realm. The Grand Elder closed his eyes and calmed his mind. Attack from the east to distract. Then attack from the west. That thief gathered all the high-level immortals here. And then went to destroy the immortal treasury. Without high-level immortals guarding it. I'm afraid this is not all he's done. This insidious little thief wants to take this opportunity to destroy the main vein of the immortal realm. Unable to stay calm, the Grand Elder quickly ordered. Everyone, split up and act. Go to all the major locations and intercept Chen Chang'an. We must kill him immediately. Split up and act. Split up and act. All the immortals split up to capture Chen Chang'an. Damn that little thief. He actually dared to destroy the treasury. I will kill him myself. One after another, structures were destroyed. Explosions shook the sky. The bodies of immortals lay scattered everywhere. Another explosion erupted. Even though there were 2 guards outside. The Eternal Life Celestial Venerable continued to write. The thief of the 9 provinces is cunning and insidious. He actually took this opportunity to destroy the treasury. And ruined the main vein of Xuanwu. The Manhwa Celestial Venerable had caught up with Chen Chang'an. He saw an opportunity to take credit. And charged towards Chen Chang'an. The ink on the recorder's brush was still wet and messy. Seeing this, the Grand Elder Xuanwu immediately changed his strategy. Use all your strength to kill that thief. The 7th Emperor's Imperial Guard, led by Manhwa Celestial Venerable, has surrounded that thief. He continued writing excitedly. The cultivation level of the 7th Emperor's Imperial Guard is higher than that of an immortal emperor. They can even fight against immortal emperors. On the skyscreen, tens of thousands of soldiers surrounded and attacked Chen Chang'an. The Eternal Life Venerable seems certain of victory. He wrote and danced at the same time. The thief of the 9 provinces is trapped. There's nowhere for him to. Before he could finish, he saw Chen Chang'an raise his hand. With a single wave of his hand, the hundreds of thousands of soldiers vanished. Congratulations to the host for killing a 6th stage immortal emperor, 4th level cultivator. You have obtained 10 million realm points. And 2 immortal realm fragments. Congratulations to the host for killing a 6th stage immortal emperor, 6th level cultivator. You have obtained 20 million realm points. And 2 immortal realm fragments. Congratulations to the host for killing a 6th stage immortal emperor, 7th level cultivator. You have obtained 20 million realm points. And 2 immortal realm fragments. Immortal corpses rained down from the sky. 2 children who didn't understand what was happening were terrified. It's so intense. Let's go over there and have a look. Congratulations to the host for killing a 6th stage immortal emperor. 8th level cultivator. You have obtained 20 million realm points. And 2 immortal realm fragments. Congratulations to the host for killing a 6th stage immortal venerable, 3rd level cultivator. You have obtained 50 million realm points. And 5 immortal realm fragments. Suddenly, an immortal corpse fell and hit the little boy's sister. The boy was horrified. This is war. Ordinary people will always get caught in the crossfire. The recorder couldn't believe his eyes. How is this possible? The 7th Emperor's Imperial Guard, they were all annihilated in an instant. The 2 fairies on his back were also shocked and confused. Master, my dear, do we need to record this? Should we keep writing? He picked up his brush, trembling. His heart was set. No matter what happens, we must record the truth accurately. This is our responsibility. The 7th Emperor's Imperial Guard confronted the thief head-on. He gritted his teeth and wrote the last 3 words, were annihilated. The Eternal Life Celestial Venerable stood on the scattered papers. Looking down at Chen Xiannan, who was standing amidst the surrounding ruins. Completely annihilated. Even without the 7th Emperor's Imperial Guard. There are still other great families in demon clans. With so many people, I refuse to believe we can't kill one single thief. His face was livid, his hands clenched into fists. His heart filled with hatred. Loud cannons boomed, firing directly at Chen Xiannan. Move out. The strongest immortal army of Xuanwu Immortal City. Together with the demon clans. with powerful attacks and overwhelming momentum. We will trap the thief of the 9 provinces within. Spiritual beasts also unleashed waves of powerful attacks. An earth-shattering explosion erupted. The recorder continued writing excitedly. In the year 250 of the Xuanwu calendar, the thief of the 9 provinces, under the siege of the Mo family and the demon clans, suffered a crushing defeat. He waved his brush triumphantly. This battle is the Xuanwu immortal realms. Great! A long staff shot up into the sky, interrupting the old man's writing. The staff elongated, striking with deadly accuracy. Each strike shattered the Mo family's celestial boats. They were completely obliterated. He even accidentally split one of the immortal realm's floating islands in half. The system froze. Realm points possessed by the host are too high. Recalculating. Please wait. Eternal life. The old man trembled, unable to hold his brush, stammering in disbelief. I am impossible. Chen Chang'an landed on the ground. He noticed the little boy. The boy was crying uncontrollably, holding his little sister's lifeless body. He yelled, "Invader! Murderer! Crazy killer!" He hadn't expected to find children here. His face darkened as he realized. Waves of attacks were heading towards him. He could sense them. He looked around, searching for the old geyser behind this. Then, he vanished. Wait! The boy cried out. Chen Chang'an had escaped the attack range. Behind him, deafening explosions erupted. The 5 Grand Elders finally revealed themselves. Chen Chang'an, you stepped into the immortal realm. Slaughtered immortals. Committed heinous crimes. Even if you died 10,000 deaths, it wouldn't be enough to appease the rage in our hearts. Chen Chang'an looked at the 5 figures, thinking. 5 immortal emperors. This is a bit tricky. The 2 women on the recorder's back. An eternal life venerable himself cheered triumphantly. Master! It's the 5 elders. The tide is about to turn. The might of the 5 elders can shake heaven and earth. Let me record this historical moment. The people below also cried out. The 5 elders are here. Kill Chen Chang'an. Kill Chen Chang'an. People of the 9 provinces. You are the first in tens of thousands of years to force us to take action. The Grand Elders transformed, donning their full armor and helmets. Now, think carefully about how you want to die. After each elder finished transforming, they glared at him menacingly. Chen Chang'an, when have I ever cared about such nonsense? He scratched his back with his staff. So much talk. If you want to fight, then hurry up. I still have things to do. The 5 martial Grand Elders laughed arrogantly. In such a hurry to die? Then we shall grant your wish. With that, they unleashed a devastating attack, aiming to end Chen Chang'an's life instantly. That's the 5th Elder's lightning technique. It's too powerful. I can feel the electricity from here. The people below trembled in fear. The lightning bolt struck at Chen Chang'an with incredible speed. He dodged it instantly, emerging unscathed. So fast. The martial elders were astonished. Chen Chang'an counterattacked immediately. But to his surprise, they were just as fast. Incredible. To think he could dodge that. Immortal technique. Phantom afterimage. Chen Chang'an paused. His methods were useless against these immortals. How are they all like this? An old man who dodged his attack laughed triumphantly, wagging his finger. No matter how you attack me, I can neutralize it instantly. You aim to destroy the immortal realm, don't you? Well, we won't let you. You'll be nothing but a dog, tortured to death by us. 2 elders charged at Chen Chang'an simultaneously. He took them both on. Chen Chang'an dodged their attacks swiftly. Waves and waves of attacks crashed upon him. The 5 elders emerged from the smoke, aiming to crush Chen Chang'an. Die. But he simply dodged again, remaining unharmed. He even found time to tease, "Is that all you got, sweetheart?" Then, he retaliated, sending the martial elder crashing down to the ground. Smoke and dust billowed. 5 elders down, but just then, he sensed it. A surge of water magic slammed into him. He barely managed to block it. Brat! Behind us stands the entire immortal realm. When it comes to protecting it, you are no match for our resolve. In terms of strength, we five have slain peak experts together. You attack the immortal realm based on nothing but useless hatred. But we can avenge our grudges. Settle our scores. An eye for an eye. A storm of attacks rained down upon him relentlessly. Hundreds of attacks. One after another. A whirlpool of water slammed into Fong Chiang. Smoke and debris filled the air. The immortals cheered. They cheered triumphantly. The tide has turned. We've won. He turned and ordered, Third Elder, after this, go down to the lower realm and annihilate the 9 provinces. Wipe out that shithole completely. Without Fong Chiang, the 9 provinces will be ours to mold as we please. We can crush them with a flick of our fingers. Before he could finish, he realized. Wait a minute. They stared in disbelief. That little thief is still alive. Fong Chiang slowly rose from the ashes. Or rather, he wasn't just alive. He was completely unharmed. Fong Chiang stood there. Not a scratch on him, just a bit of dust on his face. My resolve is not for you to judge. The Grand Elder hesitated for a moment. But then quickly ordered, continue the attack. Zhang Xiaonan stood in the Zhang family residence, watching the battle unfold. In her hand was a jade pendant containing Zhang Tuanzuo's soul. Fong Chiang is truly formidable. To think he could last this long against the 5 elders. Yu Chen, you've been in the lower realm for a long time. Do you know who Fong Chiang truly is? What is he really after? Zhang Tuanzuo pondered for a moment before replying. Patriarch, Fong Chiang's true nature is unfathomable. He holds grudges deeply. This time, the immortal realm has truly crossed his bottom line. Zhang Xiaonan didn't understand, she glanced at her own body. Bottom line, he could have easily saved Tuanzuo and her other self. Who would dare to stop him? But if what you say is true, he must want to take revenge on the entire immortal realm 1,000 times over. The immortal realm is far more vast and powerful than the lower realm. He wouldn't be able to touch the immortal realm's foundation. So what's the point? Fong Chiang was still battling the 5 elders. Besides, Fong Chiang is about to be captured by the 5 elders. Suddenly, Zhang Tuanzuo exclaimed, Patriarch, that's just Fong Chiang's avatar. His true body is still in the 9 provinces. Zhang Xiaonan stared in shock. What? It's as if Fong Chiang's avatars are as numerous as the stars in the sky. This isn't the first time. Zhang Xiaonan's eyes widened. He has other avatars? She recalled her past words to Fong Chiang. The words she had uttered so confidently. Fong Chiang, we gave you a choice. You chose to walk into a dead end yourself. When I stepped out of the teleportation formation, I initially planned to eliminate you directly. And then destroy the entire 9 provinces realm. But after seeing you, I've changed my mind. Now, not only will you die, but the 9 provinces will cease to exist as well. I know you are practically invincible in the lower realm. But to challenge the heavens, no matter how strong a person from the lower realm is, they rely on their realm. Once their realm crumbles, they will perish alongside it. Even a mere avatar possessed the cultivation of an immortal emperor. He would avenge every grudge. His target from the very beginning wasn't Tuanzuo. Zhang Xiaonan. Fear gripped her heart as the realization dawned. It was the immortal realm itself. The staff pierced through an elder's chest. 2 grand elders down, their glorious lives extinguished. Congratulations to the host for killing an immortal emperor realm cultivator. Reward: 150 million realm points. The 4th elder lunged at Fong Chiang, intent on self-destructing and taking him down with her. I will drag you down with me. Fong Chiang was caught in her grasp, unable to break free. Damn it. She's going to. The 4th elder channeled immense energy, forming a colossal sphere of lightning. It blasted everything around them away. The explosion grew, transforming into a gigantic eye of lightning, tearing open the heavens. The surrounding landmasses were ripped apart and flung thousands of miles away. Finally, it detonated. The Grand Elder watched from above. If we were caught in that blast, even we wouldn't escape unscathed. From within the black smoke, the 4th elder's body fell. The other elders watched in horror. She rushed towards the charred remains of the 4th elder. Fourth brother. She cried, her voice trembling. The fourth elder's body was burned black, but miraculously intact. The remaining elders glared at the smoke, their eyes filled with hatred. One strike from his staff nearly shattered my soul. And fourth brother, he ignited his immortal core. To take Chen Qiangan down with him. This battle, it's beyond brutal. But, down below, the people watched with a mixture of fear and hatred. He must die. Please, let that lower realm scum die. We finally got him. Chen Qiangan's avatar was dead. His body, half destroyed, hung limply in midair. The crowd erupted in cheers. He's finished. As expected of the Grand Elders. Eternal life celestial venerable. Along with the two women beside him, rejoiced. He's dead. He's finally dead. The five elders had personally slain the intruder from the lower realm. A glorious victory for the 9 provinces. This victory, this complete and utter triumph, we must record it all. The Grand Elders landed on the ground. Although that Chen Qiangan was powerful, he possessed the power of an immortal emperor, but lacked actual combat experience. In reality, he was just a fledgling. The Grand Elder gently landed beside the fourth elder's body. Fourth brother, you did well. My reincarnation technique still has one more use. You will be revived. Chen Qiangan's corpse fell to the ground. The crowd swarmed around it, pointing and spitting. Dismember him. Hang his body in the most visible place in the lower realm. Let this be a warning to anyone who dares to rebel. See if anyone dares to defy us again. The Grand Elder suddenly felt a sense of unease. This energy, it's the golden talisman. To everyone's astonishment, the golden talisman rose into the air. It emitted a blinding light, shooting up into the sky. A powerful gust of wind swept everyone off their feet. Follow me, we must destroy that talisman. The Grand Elder panicked and gave the order. But it was too late. Within the swirling smoke, a sinister smile emerged. Lucky for me, I saved one last trick. Tremble, you insignificant ants. Chen Qiangan had returned, with a different, more powerful avatar. He was clad in majestic robes, radiating an aura of absolute authority. He walked towards the stunned elders. Their jaws dropped in utter disbelief. No, impossible, didn't we just kill him? How? We killed his avatar. He was just an avatar. Just one avatar. And it cost us so many lives. Eternal life celestial venerable. Dropped his brush, his hand trembling. Chen Qiangan, he's alive, he collapsed onto the scattered papers, his body shaking uncontrollably. Even the two women behind him stared in shock. They couldn't believe their eyes. It's all over, we're doomed. My records, they're all wrong. He's even stronger than before. This is hopeless? How can we possibly defeat such a monster? Could he have reached Realm Master level? Chen Qiangan turned towards the stunned immortals. I've taken care of that matter. Now, it's your turn. With that, he flew away, leaving behind a crowd paralyzed by fear. They were still reeling from the shock. Just then, the Grand Elders realized what Chen Qiangan was planning. That way. He's heading for the Immortal Court. This is bad, we must stop him. But they were too slow. Chen Qiangan had already reached his destination. I've been destroying everything, searching for the core, but I couldn't find it. It turns out these pillars were masking it with their immortal energy. Thanks to those old geezers constantly moving during the fight, I realized that this tree is the lifeblood of the Xianwu immortal realm. Standing before him was a leafless tree, protected by numerous pillars. This is what you've been protecting so desperately? There's only one thing this could be. The pillar connecting the lower realm to the upper realm. He raised his hand. No matter what you're to do, it ends now. If this pillar falls, the entire immortal realm will collapse. Both the upper and lower realms will be doomed. The remaining Grand Elders finally arrived. Chen Qiangan's face darkened. With 2 swift strikes, he eliminated the 2nd and 5th elders. He pointed at the remaining elders. You dare to stop me? The Grand Elders knew they were no match for him. Realm Master, that's the power of a Realm Master. It's over. Chen Qiangan stood before the tree, unleashing his full power. He roared. The immortal realm treats the lower realm like ants, tormenting and exploiting them at will, treating their lives like worthless weeds. If the lower realm cannot fight back, I will avenge them. I will avenge all the wrongs they couldn't. The immortal realm fragments rained down, marking the end of the Xianwu immortal realm. If the lower realm is gone, what use is this upper realm to me? In the neighboring Nichang immortal realm, life was peaceful and undisturbed. But suddenly, in the immortal emperor's palace, an intruder barged in, enraging the realm master. Who dares to trespass into the realm master's residence? Do you know? Before the realm master could finish, a panicked subordinate interrupted him. It's not just the Xianwu immortal realm. Someone from the lower realm has invaded our realm as well. Our Imperial Guard has been completely defeated. In the main hall of the immortal emperor's palace, immortal corpses lay scattered everywhere. Among the bodies stood a figure wearing a straw hat and a long cloak. This was the one who had slaughtered the entire Imperial Guard. A lone survivor struggled to sit up. Are you an accomplice of that immortal Fong Chiang? You dared to invade the realm master's residence? You will pay for this with your life. Meteors rained down from the sky. The figure looked up, a grim realization dawning. The Xianwu immortal realm, it's truly fallen. Could it be? Could it be that brat's doing? He activated the eternal life physique. If others in the immortal realm find out, they will surely attack the lower realm. Through the Nichang immortal realm's formations, I must act quickly. I must seal the teleportation formation. In that case, it's time to unleash this millennium-old seal. His eyes flashed with murderous intent. He threw off his cloak, revealing a gleaming set of armor. He was Fong Chiang, Fong Chiang's master. A deafening crash echoed as the gates of the city ahead exploded, reduced to rubble by his power. Stunned Imperial guards staggered to their feet, yelling, "You! Who are you? Why? Why does a mere mortal possess the power of a realm master?" Fong Chiang glanced at them, his expression cold. The buildings behind them instantly crumbled, engulfed in a cloud of dust and debris. Fong Chiang strode forward, unfazed and imposing. Meanwhile, in the Xianwu immortal realm, the floating islands were collapsing, breaking apart and falling from the sky. Not only were homes destroyed, but the immortals themselves had nowhere to stand. They were plummeting down too. "No, I don't want to go back to that wretched lower realm," they screamed in despair, still clinging to their sense of superiority. "I am an immortal, a superior being. I rule over those lowly mortals below." Eternal Life Venerable stood on his scattered papers, his body trembling. The immortal realm. It's collapsing. He couldn't believe it. No, this can't be happening. It can't be. This catastrophic event. I must record it. I must. He frantically scribbled, oblivious to the large rock hurtling towards him. It crashed down upon Eternal Life Celestial Venerable, crushing him and his papers beneath its weight. In the face of death, all beings are equal. The remaining Grand Elders couldn't believe it. They pointed at Fong Chiang, their voices filled with rage. Fong Chiang. For tens of thousands of years, no enemy has ever dared to harm the immortal realm. But today, do you have any idea? The magnitude of your crimes? He berated Fong Chiang, his voice shaking with fear. But Fong Chiang didn't care. He even mocked them. Crimes? Magnitude? Oh, please. Fong Chiang's rage boiled over. He unleashed a wave of overwhelming power, crushing the elders beneath its weight. You slaughtered innocents. You treated the people of the lower realm like dirt. And you have the audacity to lecture me? The remaining elders struggled to withstand his attack. Impossible. He was hiding this much power. Was the world tree your target all along? Did you deliberately lure us out to reveal its location? The oldest elder finally understood Fong Chiang's plan. So, even high and mighty immortals can feel fear. Fong Chiang formed another energy sphere, his eyes cold. Savor this fear. Because he kicked the energy sphere towards the elders, his voice a venomous whisper. Your lives end here. The energy blast surged towards two elders, obliterating them instantly. The remaining elders watched in horror. Just one attack. But Fong Chiang didn't give them time to react. He lunged forward, splitting another elder in two. Ah! Her body fell before the Grand Elder. Eldest brother? The Grand Elder's eyes widened in terror. He turned to Chen Chang'an, his voice trembling with hatred. Chang'an? Chen Chang'an. You. Do you think, after committing such atrocities, you can escape unscathed? Chen Chang'an looked down at him, his eyes filled with disdain. Still trying to preach? Who are you putting on a show for? You think I have a way out? The Grand Elder panicked and fled, leaving behind a parting threat. Wait until I awaken the Realm Master. Then you'll see how foolish your arrogance truly is. How pathetically naive. The system announced. Host. For killing 2 immortal Emperor Realm cultivators, you have been rewarded with 300 million realm points. Chen Chang'an wouldn't let him escape. He formed another energy sphere in his hand. Trying to run? Too late. He hurled the energy sphere at the fleeing elder. In an instant, it was about to catch up. What? This speed? Impossible. No, just as he thought his life was about to end. A hand reached out and intercepted the energy sphere. The sphere detonated. The explosion was so powerful that it could be seen from miles away, even from the lower realm. It appeared as a brilliant star in the sky. The surrounding landmasses were ravaged by the shockwaves, reduced to dust and rubble. Amidst the swirling chaos, streaks of immortal energy suddenly shot through the air. Chen Chang'an's eyes narrowed. What? The immortal energy converged towards a single point, forming a shadowy figure. The Grand Elder, clinging to his last shred of hope, cried out in relief. Realm Master? You've emerged. I have been in seclusion for 3,000 years. The matters of the immortal realm, big and small, have been entrusted to you. Realm Master? A towering figure, radiating an overwhelming aura of immortal energy, stood before them, holding a severed head in his hand. His eyes, blazing red and filled with power, glanced at the Grand Elder. And yet, you have allowed the immortal realm to fall. You have truly disappointed me. He placed his hand on the Grand Elder's head, crushing it instantly. The Grand Elder screamed in agony, his soul fading beyond redemption. Chen Chang'an watched in silence, unsure what to say. The system alerted him. Host, a Realm Master level cultivator has been detected. The current version of the system cannot access information about this individual. Chen Chang'an frowned. So he's a Realm Master. He's different from those other weaklings. This will be a tough fight. But as long as my true body is safe, I can use my avatars. As if reading his thoughts, the Realm Master spoke. You think that as long as your true body remains hidden, you can defeat me with your avatars? Is that your plan? Chen Chang'an's eyes widened. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. Who do you think you are? I am a god. A horrifying scene unfolded before Chen Chang'an's eyes. The Realm Master was holding his severed head, caressing it gently. His eyes were still open, staring blankly ahead. The Realm Master tossed the head at Chen Chang'an, like tossing a bone to a dog. At the same time, at the center of the formation, the teleportation array of the immortal realm. Numerous spatial gates hung in the air. Below, a vast expanse that could be the universe itself. Fong Chiang stepped in, sensing the residual aura. That kid must have already confronted the Abyss Master. I have to hurry, but this place is too quiet. No one is pursuing me. And there's no sign of other immortal realms teleporting here. But whether it's me or that kid, we should have caused a huge commotion. And the Abyss Master of this place is nowhere to be found. What's going on? Suddenly, Fong Chiang sensed an attack from behind. It was the ghost immortal. Fong Chiang swiftly turned and struck, his guard up. Who's there? The ghost immortal, struck by the blow, crashed to the ground. When Fong Chiang saw the person's face clearly, he was utterly horrified. What? Wait. You. It was the Abyss Master of Najith Wong, but he was no longer breathing. He had been assassinated. How? Who could silently kill? The master of an immortal realm? Who is it? Fong Chiang examined the body, and immediately noticed something amiss. He quickly flipped the Abyss Master's corpse over. To his shock, the Abyss Master's body was hollow. Only the shell and the outer armor remained intact. There were no wounds. His internal organs. Someone removed them. This manner of death. Unmistakable. But how could it happen so quickly? If this Abyss Master is dead. A chilling realization dawned on him. Fong Chiang immediately rushed into another teleportation array. He emerged in the Azure Dragon Immortal Realm. He quickly scanned his surroundings. The Abyss Master here. Killed in the same way. Another one? And this place too. Another teleportation, this time to the Vermilion Bird Immortal Realm. It was no different. An empty husk, drained of blood. They all died the same way. Their internal organs were removed. The White Tiger Immortal Realm met the same fate. All the Abyss Masters? Dead? Wait. If all the Abyss Masters are dead, then there's no one left. Fong Chiang had a chilling premonition. Then, the aura from before. Who was it? Was that person really the Abyss Master? Meanwhile, Tran Trangan stood, radiating killing intent. His eyes were terrifying. He beckoned mockingly. Wanna dance too? Now, the true battle of the century begins. The strongest in the world. Versus the strongest in the lower realm. In the vastness of space, debris continued to fall. Tran Trangan asked playfully, kneel down. Ha ha ha. His face twisted in disdain. Gather all your strength. This old man only kneels before the dead. Enhanced young finger. Thousands upon thousands of immortal chi arrows surged towards the Abyss Master. But a single hand was all it took to block the attack. Spare me the probing, show me what you've got. Tran Trangan sensed something strange. Although they were both at the Abyss Master realm, this person's power far surpassed that of the clone he had fought before. To win, I might need to rely on the realm's power. System. How much longer until the Xianwu Immortal Realm collapses? The system quickly responded. Based on the current rate of collapse, it will take approximately 10 minutes. Tran Trangan grinned confidently. Then let's play with him for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, inside the Invincible Realm, I'll teach him how to be a decent person. This fatty's worth is different from those other minions. Suddenly, a giant lotus materialized before him. It approached so fast that he barely registered it. Damn it, since when? But it was too late. The dark lotus bloomed, its petals expanding rapidly. An immense pressure emanated from it, making it difficult for him to stand. In the next instant, the lotus engulfed Tran Trangan whole. Then, it exploded. The Abyss Master sneered. You thought a simple law could protect you? I know you're not hurt. I can still sense your aura. You're going to attack again. Trying to make me think you're cornered. But as soon as you reveal yourself, I'll strike you down. My power far surpasses yours. You're nothing but a plaything in my hands. 104,003.21500 to 3.23866, the Abyss Master was caught off guard as Tran Trangan emerged unscathed. As if it were nothing. He appeared from below, and launched an attack. A lightning-fast blow. A punch straight to the Abyss Master's face. The impact sent the Abyss Master flying. Crashing into a floating rock. Tran Trangan then appeared beside him in a flash. Like sneak attacks, huh? This old man could be your ancestor in that regard. Trying to play that game with me? He summoned the great heavenly dragon. Charging towards the Abyss Master. As if to devour him whole. But the Abyss Master easily intercepted the attack. Catching Tran Trangan's fist in his hand. It's useless, the Abyss Master said with contempt. The gap between us is insurmountable. Your resistance is nothing but a mosquito's buzz. On the other hand, I'm quite pleased with your immortal realm physique. Trying to act tough with a little bit of power? He hasn't even shown his true strength yet, and this guy dares to. Then let's see. The two clashed, their attacks colliding with devastating force. They shattered countless floating rocks that tumbled through space. Back in the mortal realm. The days of oppression under the immortal realms were finally over. The sky was clear again. Bao Nhi, Bakwei, and others were tending to the wounded. As Bao Nhi was bandaging a man's arm, he suddenly grabbed her hand and shouted in fear. Look at the sky. The sky is falling. Bao Nhi looked up. The once clear sky was now torn open by a massive hole. Countless meteorites rained down. What is that? What's falling? People screamed. A sharp-eyed individual exclaimed. Holy shit! Am I seeing things? I think I see the island master up there. I see him too. He's fighting an immortal. I'm not seeing things, am I? Bao Nhi anxiously tugged at Bakwei's sleeve. Sister Bakwei. Right now. All the regions from Mount Faition to the outskirts of Van Chao have been destroyed. Master's clone ascended to the upper realm. And we don't know the situation there. We had to assume the worst. And act quickly. Bring Master's main body into the spatial cauldron. And hide. If those things fall. 1620 hours 5 minutes and 5 seconds. 500 to 0 hours 5 minutes and 7 seconds. 400 the 9 continents will face annihilation. The crimson meteorites continued their descent. The system's warnings blared. Xianwu immortal realm collapsing. Invincible realm. Time remaining. 1 minute. Tran Trong Nin was exhausted. Sweat dripping from his brow. This prolonged battle had taken its toll. This guy. He's completely unharmed. This is the first time I've encountered such an unbelievably powerful opponent. But that's what makes it exciting. He wiped the sweat from his face. A determined glint in his eye. This fight is truly a test. The Abyss Master stood unyielding. Not a single scratch on him. Your clone is quite durable. Without immortal energy, you can't possibly stand against me. How can a mere mortal defeat a god? The Abyss Master pressed his 2 pinkies together. An overwhelming surge of demonic energy erupting from the point of contact. This is your end. Only death awaits you. A formation is complete. 8 desolate god blades. Countless blades of energy sliced through Tran Trong Nin, inflicting excruciating pain. At that moment, the system announced. Xianwu immortal realm collapse imminent. Invincible realm. Countdown initiated. 10, he gritted his teeth and endured. 9.8.7.6, the Abyss Master raised his hand. The game is over, boy. His hand thrust forward, piercing straight through Tran Trong Nin's chest. 195-006.10200-006.13566 Tran Trong Nin remained unfazed, a smile playing on his lips. Really? He asked. Confusing the immortal. You may be high and mighty in the heavens. But you've stepped into my territory. Host's clone has entered the realm's domain. Tran Trong Nin grabbed the Abyss Master's head. The system, enraged, addressed Tran Trong Nin. Host, I'm furious. I don't care if he's a god or a saint. The Abyss Master was bewildered. His world crumbled around him. How? How is this possible? Tran Trong Nin's eyes were cold, filled with death. What are you? All must die, the system declared. You should be the one to die. Tran Trong Nin, unwavering, commanded the system to unleash its full power. To obliterate the Abyss Master. The power surged. Only half of the Abyss Master's body remained. The rest reduced to ashes. Scattered among the dust. The system, momentarily stunned, calculated the massive influx of realm points. Fortunately, the clone was able to experience the realm's power once. He suddenly flinched. I sense something. A hand emerged from the Abyss Master's shattered remains. Energy rapidly swirled around the corpse. Tran Trong Nin was shocked. Can he still revive? A figure materialized from the swirling energy. It was a woman with demonic ears. This sight was truly unsettling. He gaped at the sight before him. Your struggles are futile. Though she was beautiful. Her body was grotesquely distorted. Horns protruded from her head. A serpentine tail extended from her back. And a fish-like fin adorned its tip. Tran Trong Nin showed no fear. If you want to fight, then let's fight. Switching to a bigger opponent this time, huh? She glared at him and waved her hand, unleashing a torrent of black smoke that enveloped Tran Trong Nin. His senses tingled with alarm. This energy. It's not from this realm. What kind of attack is this? It doesn't hurt, but I need to get out of here. 245,007.46900 to 7.47866, but it was too late. The black smoke surged into his body, through his ears, eyes, and mouth, with such speed that he couldn't react. Tran Trong Nin realized that the black smoke was consuming him. He vanished. The smoke had devoured his clone completely, leaving only his shoes behind. Clone deceased. Returning soul fragment to the main body. He awoke with a start. His main body still felt the pain. What was that? That form? Was that the Abyss Master's true body? Damn it. No, wait. She didn't feel like someone from the immortal realm. What the hell was she? The mysterious woman watched as the massive rocks fell towards the 9 continents. I can't approach the 9 continents anymore. Just now, when the immortal realm collapsed, his clone suddenly unleashed a strange power. It felt like the power of laws. The power of a realm. If I hadn't escaped that shell in time, if he had dragged me in, the outcome would have been uncertain. Her face flushed, and she clutched her chest and tail. Sparks of electricity danced around her. But the end is near. The immortal realms are destroyed. The descent of my heavenly demon race is inevitable. Inside the spatial cauldron, Bao Nhi and the others saw Tran Trong Nin appear. Master! They exclaimed, worried. Master, wake up. What's happening outside? Don't panic. Tran Trong Nin reassured them. His words calmed the worried citizens. The sky is falling. Thankfully, we escaped into this spatial cauldron. Outside, the demonic woman savored the chaos. Today's battle ends here. Savor your last moments, mortals. You. A colossal tower descended from the sky, surrounded by a swarm of dragons. Once my race descends, you ants will have only one choice. Submit or perish. Her voice boomed across the lower realm. She could sense a powerful force protecting the lower realm. Interesting, boy. We'll meet again. With that, she turned and entered a spatial gate. Even inside the spatial cauldron, her words echoed clearly. 303-009.32, 133-009.32, 933 outside. Fragments of the shattered immortal realm continued to fall, raining down upon the lower realm. Time passed. 15 minutes later, the spatial cauldron activated once more. This time to return everyone to the outside world. The people looked around, astonished. We're saved? Thank goodness for this spatial cauldron. We would have been doomed without it. They all turned towards the solitary figure of Tran Trong Nin. It's the Island Master. The Island Master saved us again. Hearing their voices, Tran Trong Nin turned around. Bao Nhi and Bak Wei rushed towards him, embracing him joyfully. Master. Senior. Are you all right? Why did you let those immortals escape? After everything that had happened. Tran Trong Nin finally relaxed, a genuine smile spreading across his face. Yes. It's best not to pursue a retreating enemy. He recalled the woman's attack, the one that had obliterated his clone. 329,010.18433 to 10.20800, even though my clone didn't have the Invincible Realm's power at that time. She's not someone to be underestimated. Dealing with her would have required using a significant amount of realm points to expand the realm's domain. And as for her, she only felt relief once she escaped my Invincible Realm's range. 3306010.328660H10M34S, 100 Tran Trong Nin continued to ponder. From the start, I could sense a presence within that tower. A being even stronger than that woman. Instead of risking a fight and alerting them, it's better to wait and understand the situation fully. Besides, once I have enough realm points to encompass that entire tower, I can deal with them all at once. He thought to himself. But outwardly, he drooled. Bao Nhi and Bak Wei, standing beside him, were confused. Suddenly, a man with an imposing aura descended from the sky. Tran Trong Nin, who had just relaxed, immediately tensed up again. The smoke dissipated, and the man spoke. As expected, it's you, kid. You've stirred up quite a mess this time. 3,550 hours 11 minutes and 6 seconds, 4660H11M08S. 766 It was Fong Chiang, back in the lower realm. Old Master. Master. Ancestor. Tran Trong Nan and the others greeted him joyfully. Tran Trong Nan rushed towards him, eager to catch up. Where have you been? We've been looking for you everywhere. You've restored your appearance too. Fong Chiang smiled and reached out his hand. Oh, but it wasn't a handshake. Their greeting was unique. The ground trembled. Hey, the student can't surpass the master. Fong Chiang, victorious, teased him. I'll let you win this time. But his expression quickly turned serious. Disciple. I know you have many questions. But put them aside for now. The enemy you faced this time is no ordinary foe. They are beings far more terrifying than the immortal realms of the upper realm. If I'm not mistaken, they come from the ancient continent. The ancient continent? Tran Trong Nan was taken aback. Explain, Master. In the beginning, during the primordial chaos, there existed an ancient continent. On that ancient land, countless races were born. The heavenly demon race is one of them. For resources: 3,810 hours 12 minutes and 1 second, 200 to 0 hours 12 minutes and 3 seconds. 266 These races battled each other for hundreds of billions of years, with no victory emerging. But amidst this endless conflict, a small faction grew weary of war. They joined forces and shattered the dimensional barrier, and fled to our realm. They became the first masters of the immortal realms, of the upper realm. But as time passed, they forgot their purpose. They began plundering the lower realm's resources. I was one of them, back then. Ruthless, bloodthirsty. Never satisfied with bloodshed. The desire for conquest continued. And the entirely. But once, during an invasion of the lower realm, my blood accidentally dripped onto a magical artifact belonging to a lower realm cultivator. The artifact showed me visions. Visions of me witnessing the ancient continent's invasion. Under the onslaught of countless gods and demons, everything crumbled, both in the immortal realms and the lower realm. I later learned that the artifact was one of the primordial artifacts from the ancient continent, brought to this realm in the distant past. According to my investigation, the more those in the upper realm fight, the more their ancient bloodlines awaken. This allows those from the ancient continent to sense our presence. 4,140 hours 13 minutes and 3 seconds. 700 to 0 hours 13 minutes and 6 seconds. 633 If it reaches that point, we're all doomed. I was terrified. I found another ancient artifact, hoping to use it to warn the upper realm. But they didn't heed my warning. Instead, they coveted the artifact. They destroyed my immortal realm, leaving me with no choice but to descend to the lower realm, buying time to find a solution. I spent my entire life trying to protect all living beings, even if it was only for a fleeting moment. But it seems my efforts were in vain. So, the heavenly demon race, they infiltrated the Abyss Masters' bodies thousands of years ago? And I was completely unaware. Ancestor, Bo Nhi asked, puzzled. If they're so powerful, why didn't they attack directly? Why did they flee? Fong Chiang sighed. I don't know. Tran Tronin frowned, lost in thought. So, my decision not to attack earlier was the right one. They've been hiding for thousands of years. Provoking them now could have disastrous consequences. Well, it's useless to dwell on it now. First, let's save everyone within the invincible realm. I need to awaken Tonso. As for the rest, we'll deal with it later, after discussing it with Master. System. Calculate the cost. Saving everyone within the realm and awakening Tonso. How many realm points will it take? The system's interface displayed the results. Realm points calculation complete. Host, for destroying the Xuanwu immortal realm and eliminating the immortals, you have earned a total of 950 million realm points. Name, Tran Trong N realm points, 950,233. Realm domain, 249,500. km squared, distance from Mount Faition to Van Chao, 27 million kilometers, activated skill. Life and death control. Special effect. Maximum enhancement. Current abilities. For 60-0-14.32, 366-0-14.35, 233 Water Moon Mirror Flower. Eternal Immortal Tau. Eternal Warehouse, Capacity. 10 slots. Inventory. 99 bags of salted fish. 99 bags of salted fish. 1 Mythical Realm Key. 99 Abyssal Shards. Host previously exchanged for a Celestial Emperor level clone. Deducting 400 million realm points. Due to insufficient realm points. The system loaned 200 million realm points. Deducting 400 million realm points to repay the system. Current realm points. 550,233. After displaying the calculations, the system added, "Thank you for your patronage." Transmigrated was about to explode. Damn you. For 74-0-15-005.033-0-15-07.766-400-000-000 realm points. I worked my ass off to earn those. And you just deducted them in an instant. System. You're a scammer. The system retorted, "What? You didn't think it was free, did you?" He sighed. "Forget it. Realm points are meant to be used. System, I want to revive everyone who died within the Invincible Realm." He frantically shook the system interface. The system could only shriek. Reviving everyone who died within the Invincible Realm will cost 100 million realm points. Using the life and death control ability to initiate revival. Proceed? Yes, he roared. Realm points deducted. Initiating life and death control. Streams of life energy emerged, flowing towards the lifeless bodies, healing them. From within, fingers twinged. Everyone, even the plants and trees, came back to life. I'm not dead? I remember being killed. Am I in the underworld? I thought I was dead. What's going on? The revived were astonished, calling out to each other. Look, the dead have come back to life. Bao Nhi gasped, her hand covering her mouth. Oh my god. I must be hallucinating. Overjoyed, they embraced each other. Having just faced death. And now seen the light of day once more. My child. My baby. Wah, my love. I thought I would never see you again. Wah, how is this possible? Fong Chiang, who had lived for thousands of years, had never witnessed such a sight. The boy whose soul had been stolen by the heavenly prodigy was also reunited with his body. My body. I'm alive again. Brother. A familiar voice called out. It was his little sister, running towards him and throwing her arms around him. You're alive. You're alive. Where did you go? Tears streamed down the boy's face, recalling what had happened. He couldn't believe that he was seeing his sister's smile once more. War is truly terrifying. But we're lucky to be reunited. Everyone here is alive again. Now, with that, Transmigrated vanished. Above Van Chao, a single fragment of land remained intact. Zhang Nungnian, startled, saw Transmigrated. I've done as you asked. Now, fulfill your promise. She feared Transmigrated would attack her. Transmigrated, of course, wouldn't break his word. Seeing that Zhang Tonso was still unconscious, his eyes dimmed. System, why isn't Tonso waking up? The system responded instantly. Zhang Tonso's soul has been damaged. Revival is not possible. Zhang Tonso remained still, as if her body were no longer hers. Suddenly, a new quest appeared on the system interface. Special effect. Maximum enhancement. New quest detected. Soul mission. Awaken Zhang Tonso. Zhang Tonso's soul has sustained severe damage. 554,017.37733 to 17.39400 standard healing techniques are ineffective. To awaken her, the power of the primordial origin is required. Replenish her damaged soul. To achieve awakening. Reward. Double the current realm points. Transmigrated's eyes widened. Using the power of the primordial origin to awaken her. Wait a minute. Earlier, Old Master mentioned that the ancient artifacts possess the power of the primordial origin. And there's still one down there. Attention! Host has met the basic upgrade requirements. Activating upgrade conditions for Invincible Realm version 6.0. 570 hours 18 minutes and 6 seconds. 100 to 0 hours 18 minutes and 8 seconds. 700 upgrade condition 1. Ascend the lower realm. Expanding the realm to encompass the entire 9 continents. And transforming it into an immortal realm. Integrating it into the myriad immortal realms. Upgrade condition 2. Host must acquire 20 million realm points. Upon successful upgrade, a new feature will be activated. Myriad Treasures Vault. This is part of Invincible Realm version 6.0. He was dumbfounded. What the hell? Encompass the entire 9 continents? How many realm points would that even take? The system chirped cheerfully. Host. To encompass the entire 9 continents, you would need approximately 1.92 billion realm points. 1.9 billion? He roared. You could sell me and still not get that much. 589,018.40633 to 18.43066, but the previous quest doubled my realm points. If I can find a way to retrieve that artifact and complete the mission and earn some more realm points along the way, maybe. It's all connected. Trantron and stared intently at the system interface. Annoying the system. This mission may seem daunting, but perhaps it's not as impossible as I thought. In the Fuhua realm, one of the myriad worlds of the lower realm, a panicked cry echoed. What? The Xuanwu immortal realm has fallen? And it crashed into the 9 continents realm. The weakest realm nearby? Unbelievable. Inside a towering structure, 3 elders, the 3 great powers of the Fuhua realm, gathered. According to our scouts, not only did the immortal realm fall, but a mysterious force from beyond has also arrived, taking advantage of the chaos to invade. Experts from other realms. 62,019.22833 to 0 hours 19 minutes and 24s. 500 are gathering to discuss this matter. Suddenly, a terrifying voice boomed through space. Listen well, ants of all realms. This is a warning from the heavenly demon race. The 3 elders exchanged horrified glances. A being of unimaginable power has descended upon our realm. The voice continued. Listen carefully. 623,019.42000 to 0 hours 19 minutes. 45,000. You have 10 days. Panic spread among the mortals who heard the voice. What? Heavenly? Demons? Everyone listened intently. Within 10 days, each realm must send a representative to our territory to surrender. This is your only chance. Those who refuse will be eliminated. The voice belonged to the demonic woman. She sat upon a throne. I thought the lower world would tremble and agree, but no one looks at the heavenly demon in the eye. What the hell do I despise the heavenly demon race? It's just a bunch of rats taking advantage of the 9 continents rebellion. Taking advantage of the situation to rush in. If you have the ability, come to Lin Vo Vuch Tai Vo Chan Yen. I will ask you for advice. Others also chimed in. Well said. Vong Win Vuch Trong Viet. I don't accept you either. Ad Lao Su Trong Thatch Vuch too. Unexpectedly, as a weed. Has such self-esteem. I really underestimated you. But she angrily stood up, creating a stream of demonic energy in the sky. As a weed. Lacking the awareness of a weed, so there is. Her eyes only had contempt as she looked down. Waves and waves of demonic lightning rushed straight down into the abyss. Only now could the elders see, clearly recognizing the power of the demon woman. In just a moment, and the aura of the 5 immortals disappeared. Half of Fu Hua Joy's land is gone. Countless casualties. She has terrifying power. Snap your fingers and you can destroy the lower world. The demon woman warns humans, you better know that I'm not negotiating with you. Nor do I care if you submit or not. I give you a choice. Simply. Is to save our time. Do you understand, weeds? That giant tower appeared again, tearing the sky apart, causing the sky to now have a hole between the universe out there and the realm. Her eerie laughter echoed in the air. Ha ha, that tower seems to have stopped. But can break through the void. attacking other realms. With this level of strength, it is indeed worthy of the heavenly demon race. But you just said. Just find the missing Hong Kyo artifact. We'll be able to solve. How are they windy? Fong Chiang and Bo Nhi are watching that tower through a screen. Live stream the sky. Hearing that, Tran Trang stretched out his finger and explained in the middle. These days, the magic of the Trang Sin body has also been explored by me. Master, this formation is the result of my research. Suddenly a very large beam of light shone out. Right after that was a formation that appeared, making the beholders surprised. It will expand along with my increasing spiritual power. The only way to deal with the heavenly demon race is to expand. The scope of the formation reached the top of that formation. Fong Chiang also understood, so that's how it is. So that's why you want to collect 10 artifacts of Hong Ko Dai. 6 absorbed spiritual power to complete expansion. Tran Trang nodded inwardly in admiration. Let's just say that for now. Now to say that I have a system or something is still too early. Fong Chiang pondered again. But Hong Ko artifacts, as far as I know, for we're lost in the realms, is just one of them. That year after being awakened by me. Then the divinity lost 2 with unknown whereabouts. And 1 is still in my former Phi Hu Tien Vuch. I can go back and get it. But the power of the artifact. Tran Trang replied, definitely not enough. But the heavenly demon also said it earlier. We'll launch an attack after 10 days. If we go now it's too late. Ancestor, what are the characteristics of the artifact? If you're a little clearer, maybe we'll find it faster. Bao Nhi asked worriedly. Location of Hong Ko artifacts. Must be Bao Dia Tien Sun with abundant spiritual energy. Furthermore, it must definitely be stronger than the usual fortune. Because the spiritual power of Huang's artifact, extremely strong, will even lead to ecological. There, strange transformations take place, giving birth to creatures completely incomprehensible with common sense. Bok Wei grasped the main idea. Strange transformations and incomprehensible creatures. She suddenly spoke, startling everyone. That's senior. If you say so, then I know a place. Bok Wei remembered the place where she used to live. Tnuko Ho Talk. We are in fact a branch of the fox demon race. Tan Chao Vuch region. Heard the old man say. There is a secret in the territory of the Tan Chao fox demon, in which not only is the spiritual energy extremely abundant, but the body of the creatures in it is also larger than normal creatures. 10 times. Like a dragonfly the size of a normal elephant. Even the lake water there has a miraculous effect. Detoxify and heal. If so, there must be an artifact. Tran Trang looking at the master as if to confirm 100% sure. The master immediately replied, that's right. We immediately split into 2 paths. I'll go find the artifact in Phi Ku Tien Vuch. You go find the other 2. Tran Trang immediately agreed. Bok Wei, you lead the way. We will also set off immediately. Fong Chiang didn't delay. Quickly set off. Bao Nhi said goodbye to the ancestor. Ancestor, be careful. Tran Trang in the space ordered the system. Use the realm shards to form a realm card. Transmigration to the lower world. Conveniently. Exchange for me a clone of the Tianchu rank. Excluding the 20 realm shards that are being merged. Tianchu clone needs 400 million points. Not enough points. Would you like to borrow? He quickly agreed, yes. In front of Bo Nhi and Bok Wei, a clone is gradually being formed. They couldn't believe it, their eyes widened in surprise. Just a clone has such a terrifying aura. So what realm must the main body be in? Did I say too much before? Didn't want to follow this master. Now. Tran Trang soul fragment is in the clone. The body is only empty. Tran Trang looked at Bo Nhi seriously. Entrusted Bao Nhi 9 Chao to you for the time being. If there is danger, call me to wake up immediately. Bao Nhi happily agreed. Don't worry, master. I will definitely take good care of your body. There's 9 Chao too. Then he called Bok Wei, let's go. Bok Wei also quickly followed behind, yes, senior. The gate glows. This is the fastest space leading to that mountain. Tran Trong En and Bok Wei step through the door together. Their bodies also gradually disappeared. Piercing through the void. Go straight to where you need to go. At this time, the system is also smart. Notified that the host has reached the lower realm. Tan Xiao Vuch, looking forward to this new adventure. The two have stepped out of the space gate. Tran Trong En looked at the scene and asked suspiciously. Are you sure? Is this the territory of the TNU Hotak? Bok Wei was also surprised. It's not wrong. But how was the TNU Hotak destroyed? Could it be the TN Matak? The scene in front of me was a pile of rubble. The house was destroyed. Even the trees were not intact. Tran Trong En looked in front of him. For a moment, I didn't know if this was the right place to be. He replied to Bok Wei. Maybe we have to hurry. Get the artifact in the secret realm. Bok Wei worried. Want to enter the secret realm? Must go through the back of the Hotak. Furthermore, it is necessary to have the Great Seal of the Hotak. But in this situation, how do we do it? The two suddenly startled, there was a sound. Shouting loudly, hurry up, you lazy demon. Do you want to die? At the foot of the mountain, a group of people were leading each other towards. There was a shout, pigs. You guys want to enter the secret realm? Then you have to listen to us. A citizen suspiciously asked the name who shouted, Great Master. Is what you're saying true? The guy laughed and replied. That could be fake, right? Their leader relied on the strength of one person. Then wiped out the entire fox demon race. Not only did they take away their great seal, also knows in the existence of the Peach Blossom Spring. In the secret realm, that is the only safe haven now. Anyway, follow us, it's definitely not wrong. Bok Wei was full of anger. Wanted to rush over and kill them all. Bastards looking for death. But Tran Trong En stopped her in time. Wait, don't be impulsive. Bok Wei struggled, they killed my people. Must not spare their lives. Tran Trong En still tried to dissuade, I said now is not the time. Firstly, the Tien Matak now are definitely watching the every move of the realms. Our actions this time must be humble. Avoid incidents. Second, these people have a problem. They are very weak. They dared to go to the extremely dangerous place you mentioned. Also said that the place is the Peach Blossom Spring. There must be a secret. Bok Wei suppressed her anger and tears welled up in her eyes. He continued, thirdly. Their destination is the same as ours. Don't know the details and act recklessly. Wouldn't that slow down the efficiency? Finding our artifact. Or how? Bok Wei is still not satisfied. But Tran Trong En quickly rubbed her cheek, wiping away tears. Coaxing, don't worry, wait for it to be over. I'll let you personally kill these guys. Avenge your people. Her heart gradually calmed down a bit. Her cheeks flushed red as she agreed to follow Tran Trong En. Her voice was touched, Senior. So now we have to follow them, how? Tran Trong En bent down and fiddled. Not only following, for us. Can avoid danger. But what is the secret of these people? It's hard to make clear. Furthermore, I guess their secret is 80% related to mystery. His fingers rubbed against the ground. His face was full of cunning calculations. So we can do it like this. Damn it. What are you talking about? We found a safe place for you. Dare to talk nonsense? A dark-eyed master grabbed the citizen by the neck. Shouting, looking angry. That citizen was terrified. Hurriedly explained, Great Master. I just feel that the normal fox demon race are also quite good. Genocide for no reason. Did the guy shout angrily, a bunch of beasts. Only good on the outside. What a pity. Die then die. The two sides continued to argue loudly and quietly. Suddenly someone stepped forward and interrupted them. This person spoke up. Big brothers. Do you really know about that Peach Blossom Spring? The two of us were driven to a dead end. Just heard you guys say. There is a place where you can escape the war. Can you big brothers let us come along? These two newcomers are Tran Trong En and Bac Hu in disguise. I don't know where I got the tattered clothes. Dirty body, messy hair. All in all, it looks very poor, very well acted. Seeing that, the leader ordered. Also take them all. These guys are not inferior either. Pretending to be friendly and warmly welcoming. Welcomed you. Since you're here, we are in trouble. Although saying so, this guy was thinking in his head. Woman behind. This kid is very good. I haven't tried this kind of extreme product in a long time. And that man. Later, I don't know how to die when I enter the secret realm. Tran Trong Nin happily thanked him profusely. The place where the fox demon lives is extremely beautiful. Golden sunshine, blue sky, charming mountains, and rivers. If it wasn't for fleeing. No one wants to leave this place. A master generously spoke up. The more people the better, enough people will depart. The group of people started walking around here. Now there's only rubble left. Tran Trong Nin looked around. The damage has been done for many years. This must also be a realm invaded by the Tien Kyo of the upper world long ago. No matter where you go, you can see people. Miserable chaotic world, rampant bandits. He exclaimed before he could even see. The bearded master looked at Tran Trong Nin and scolded. Look at the dam. You want to run around? We don't care about your life or death. Don't expect us to protect you. Another guy jokingly added. They, on the other hand, don't mind helping you take care of your sister. Tran Trong Nin didn't show any emotion either. Only replied, is that so? Time passed, we arrived. Where they arrived was a clearing in the forest. In the middle of the clearing, placed a giant nine-tailed fox demon statue. Here it is, this is the place. Dung Nin is a pioneer. The leader took out a special key. Tran Trong Nin kept his eyes on him. The guy put the key in the middle of the mechanism. And shouted loudly, open. The ground began to shake violently. Everyone was panicking in fear. The ground is shaking, what's going on? What happened? Tran Trong Nin seemed to sense something. Looking up at the sky. In the sky. Now there was a giant 8-trigram formation. So that's it. The secret realm must be hidden in this forest. Tran Trong Nin spoke up. Making the masters confused. What are you talking about? He pointed. This back mountain is the teleportation point connecting to the secret realm. And that great seal is probably the key to opening the secret realm. This guy didn't expect. Tran Trong Nin was able to figure it out so quickly. Shouted angrily. Boy, if you shouldn't look, don't look. The leading master angrily snatched the key. Thought to myself, no wonder 5. That year, the old man struggled to find the artifact. But only found one. Hidden so well. We want to focus enough. I'm afraid it will take some effort. Suddenly, everyone heard a loud noise in the forest. Extremely scared. Someone shouted. Look, what is that? So big, rat how? Coming out of the forest was a giant creature. Also the size of 3 adults stacked on top of each other. Everyone was scared to death. Running away in all directions, what's out there? Run quickly. Only Tran Trong Nin and Buck Wei were still standing there. Observing the situation. Tran Trong Nin is sharp. Realizing that these guys were definitely up to something. Buck Wei was surprised and didn't understand. Tran Trong Nin immediately explained. Although this rat is large. But guess the strength. It's only around Wathan Gun peak level. Buck Wei was surprised. Wathan Gun, isn't that the realm that? Even I can't beat how. That's right, to destroy the demon race. Anyway, you must have the Tian Vong rank. I'm afraid there's something else backing them. He was only now officially interested in these guys. The two quickly hid behind a tree near them. Whispering to each other, Buck Wei. So now the enemy is in the dark, we are in the light. If this continues. What if Tran Trong Nin was calm, she wasn't panicking? If the enemy is in the dark, we are in the light. Then force the enemy out of the dark. He pulled out an 8 talisman of all things. The talisman has some system features. Although only 1/10 million billion effective. But for a Wathan beast, it's more than enough. Tran Trong Nin aimed carefully. Threw the talisman straight at the rat. As soon as the talisman hit it, its eyes immediately change. Like listening to his control. Frantically rushed towards the hidden group of people. They fearfully warned each other. Great Master, the monster is coming. What's going on? Tran Trong Nin added fuel to the fire. Using his 3 shu acting skills. He hugged his head, pretending to be scared and screamed. Ouch, help! The monster is coming. Great masters, use the Great Seal to bring us back. Ah, I'm not going to that Peach Blossom Spring anymore. Tran Trong Nin on the other side was still screaming in surprise. Speechless of Bok Wei here. It seems that the three Shu acting also tricked the people. They immediately knelt down and banged. Great Master, your kindness, I accept, hurry up and let us go, that's right. Even if killed by the Tien Matak. Is also in 10 days wrong. But if you don't go now, you'll have to die immediately. They couldn't believe it. Angrily kicking the person. The commoners shouted, damn it. Don't waver, it's just a rat. What's there to be afraid of? After shouting, the leader immediately rushed towards the rat. Ordered to go up. Kill this beast for me. The subordinates, although still very scared, but still quickly obeyed. Yes, yes. Tran Trong Nin stood beside, watching them fight with a cold heart. Really amateur. A bunch of Wa Then Gun lackeys. Even the leader is just Wa Then. The chicks are about to reveal their flaws. I'll fan you guys a little bit. Spit out the secret, Tran Trong Nin and Bok Wei. I don't know where I got a handkerchief. They just held it and waved it, cheering, come on. Big brothers can single-handedly destroy the fox demon race. Big brother is so strong. We all rely on you. It's okay to run away if you really can't. The leader was about to be overwhelmed. Run away? If I can't take people with me, then I'll be the one who dies. The leader couldn't stand it anymore. Grabbing the necks of two hateful subordinates, the leader gradually sucked the life out of his teammates. The two subordinates slowly turned into two dry corpses. Tran Trong Nin was surprised, absorbing two amateurs, but the strength instantly went from Wa Then to Luyan Hu. Not bad, it seems like that's all. Still not enough to force you to reveal your trump card. So, big brothers, don't blame me. He pretended to open his palms. Go halfway for them. He threw 10 talismans flying out. Each one hit those weird creatures here, including dinosaurs. Triceratops, four-eared red wolf. Tired for a long time. Finally, they were able to destroy. The rats had tiredly panting. Rustling sound behind, making them turn back alertly. From the forest, a series of giant creatures rushed out. Attacked them. Dinosaurs, tigers, wolves. Each one's eyes were red. Like they were very bloodthirsty. What's going on? The monsters are all here. Leader, think of a way. Aren't you invincible? Leader, keep going like this, don't. Say we can't keep the mission. We had to die here too. The subordinates were scared. Could only beg the leader to do something. They are afraid of death. Unexpectedly, the leader was even more afraid of death than them. Immediately ran away. No, I won't do it anymore. Even if the mission can't be completed, I don't want to die here either. The immortal body is hard-earned. I don't want to be like this. The leader quickly pulled out the key. Hurriedly afraid of not making it. This guy quickly put the key in its place. The key started to activate. This guy shouted loudly, expressing what was in his heart. Don't want to become its food. Suddenly something popped up from the ground, making the guy startled, Right after that, a carnivorous plant popped up and tossed the guy up. Around the mouth of the tree were only sharp teeth. Even in the throat. Circle after circle extending all the way down the throat. In one gulp, it swallowed the leader into the system. Also notified the host at the same time. Detected the existence of a high-level creature in the outer realm. Kill it. Tran Trong Nin laughed excitedly, oh my eyes. The guy behind is out. The boss is dead, they can't believe it. Boss. They were now like snakes without heads, not knowing what to do. Another one was eaten by the flower and taken away. This time, it didn't swallow it whole, but cut the person in half. Everyone was scared and ran to find a place to hide. Ha. Bok Wei witnessed the tree not only catching people, but also powerful giant creatures. Were also caught like frogs. What's going on? A tentacle swung up and attacked her. Get out of the way. Fortunately, Tran Trong Nin caught up with her, taking her to a safer place. But it seems like this rescue touched something, making Bok Wei blush instead of scared. Then her face flushed red. Senior, here. What is this? Could this be the one behind it? Tran Trong and didn't have time to answer. Then the tree popped up again on the ground, transforming into another fatter shape. More talkative, this time he also knows how to say, "Ha. Little girl, you are very smart. But you can see through my plan." The biggest flower slowly moved and opened. But that kid. You are also not simple, you dare to play with my slave? Mine. Tran Trong and questioned. The fox demon race is the one you killed? But this guy didn't care. He shouted at Tran Trong and, do you know your crime? Now it has fully bloomed. Inside was a giant eye. Ma de Trang Yen, Tian Hong Gun. Shout as you shout. Who's afraid of who? He chuckled, wah. Furthermore. That's right, this aura is exactly like the Teen Ma talk. It's the mark on the flower's eye. That's the ancient artifact. The flower bloomed to its fullest. In the middle was a giant eye. On the eye was the ancient divine mark. The thing that Tran Trong was looking for. This flower is called Ma de Trang Yen, Tian Hong Gun. It shouted loudly. Do you know what your crime is for daring to disturb me? I took great pains to kill the fox and manipulate the slaves. I'm about to absorb that delicious human essence. But you guys ruined the whole plan. I want you dead. The people looked at the flower in fear. It's Mata of Long Duong Joy next door. Was eaten clean by it. Why did that kid provoke it? It killed us. It gloated. No one can save you ants. Tran Trong and gave it a disgusted middle finger. Launched an attack that it couldn't resist, neatly destroying several tentacles in the flower's face. Goodbye, carnivorous flower. An interesting flower. Killed in an instant. The system also quickly announced. Congratulations to the host for killing the Tian Hong 5th level demon. Reward 10 million points. Domain on the other side. The demon woman with demon ears seemed to sense a tremor. This demon-eared woman is named Han Hai. From the Tianman Not Tak. She opened the map. On the map was a warning point. Tanfong VUC's spiritual power fluctuation is too strong. Could it be that kid from before? But right after that, she quickly dismissed her thought. Turn off the map, know if it was that kid. The spiritual power would be more domineering. Now. It's not the time to focus on these things. Wait for Gochu Gimlam. That kid will definitely lose. I'm looking forward to it. Han Hai stood in front of a giant statue. With complacency in her heart. Her face flushed red with delight. By then, how should I trample on that kid? He. Back to Tran Trong Nin. Bok Wei stood. Witnessing from the beginning. She couldn't help but feel. Sighing, I thought it would be a fierce battle. Unexpectedly, with just a casual wave. He already killed the Tian Hong Gun overlord. Too exaggerated. Not only killed the monster, but even the barrier between the secret realm and reality was also pierced. The key is, this is just a clone. Now it's just a corpse lying there. Where the stream of energy just went through was also torn a long way in space. She had only been following Tran Trong Nen. She hasn't helped with the fighting, but she has already won. Bok Wei blushed looking at his solid body. How deep is the senior's strength? I haven't researched it carefully yet. I remember the time I was taught by the senior before. I don't know if I can stand it. The senior's strength, and in Tran Trong Nen's mind, was very confused at this time. His hand was still holding up the middle finger. As if he was fighting. Not good, I tried to restrain myself as much as possible. But this move. I'm afraid it was still discovered by the Tianman attack. Like this identity change. Changing the weak one has a lot of trouble. Changing the strongest one will be discovered by the Tianman attack. But I have to. Endure, everything will be fine. When the time comes, take the artifact off its forehead. Suddenly the demonic energy inside the artifact erupted. The flower rose up, resurrected, and screamed loudly, ah! Making Tran Trong Nen surprised. It turns out it's not that easy. Tran Trong Nen, sweating profusely, gasped for breath as he recalled. I was just killed by Chow. These humans, devoid of martial virtue, dared to ambush me. Absolutely not good people. Moreover, they even wanted to seize my life-saving divine weapon. A gift from my father. Only now did the flower notice the crevice beside it. Without hesitation, the flower immediately slipped into the crevice and fled. Before leaving, it still boasted. The heavens won't abandon me. Ha ha ha. Foolish humans. Once I mature and return to my peak state, I will definitely return and kill you. He looked on coldly and ordered, catch it. Did you think I'd let you go, Xiao? He then picked up Matter's root and gently pulled it down, causing it to cry out in pain. Ow. Tran Trong Nen, a surge of murderous aura, stepped on the flower and walked over. What's going on? Logically, you should be dead. But now you're still alive? Could this be the effect of the divine weapon? The divine weapon once again emitted a sparkling demonic aura. Sparkling, sparkling. The flower looked up at its forehead. Stage 1 of the life-saving divine weapon is activated. Yes. I am invincible now. You're bullying me too much. I just saw some potential in you. I was even considering taking you as my dog. Don't think I can't defeat you. Matter, as if leveled up, looked stronger now. Its eyes narrowed. To put it nicely, it looked more mature and grown up. To put it bloodily, the flower was aging, nearing its end. It chuckled condescendingly. Ha ha ha. Who is the most superior race in this realm? I cannot be killed. Tran Trong Nen was surprised. Not dead? His eyes narrowed with a cunning smile. So in the end, humans are easily scared. He widened his eyes frantically. You want to steal the divine weapon, don't you? But it's useless. The divine weapon has long since become one with me. This guy probably hasn't seen death and resurrection before. I can take this opportunity to intimidate him. Wait until the elders of my clan arrive, then we'll kill him together. Bakwei, beside him, asked worriedly, we can't kill it? Then how can we obtain the divine weapon, senior? What should we do? We're at a dead end. What's the matter? Tran Trong Nen grinned with amusement, his face contorting. The flower stared at him blankly, unable to comprehend the situation. Ha! Idiot! I am invincible now. Why are you still struggling? Once again, a middle finger strike, and Matter's energy was extinguished. Extinction. Congratulations, host, on killing the 5th level pre-emperor demonic creature. Reward: 100,000 domain points. The ancient divine weapon emitted a demonic aura once more, reviving Matter's eye. The flower became arrogant again. I told you, you can't kill me, fool. The notification popped up again. Target has been resurrected. Tran Trong Nen's eyes lit up as if discovering something novel. Just stay there, my experience baby. He now regarded this flower as a super fast experience farm. Experience comes so quickly this way. Another middle finger strike followed. This wasn't even a fight anymore. It was more like an RPG adventure game, battling a boss. And the boss here was Matter's eye. Tran Trong Nen would be the protagonist with infinite lives, while Bakwei was his supportive companion. Their mission? To defeat the boss and claim the treasure chest behind it. The system continued its announcements. Congratulations, host, on killing the 5th level pre-emperor demonic creature. Reward: 100,000 domain points. Target has been resurrected. Congratulations, host, on killing the 5th level pre-emperor demonic creature. Reward: 100,000 domain points. Target has been resurrected. Congratulations, host, on killing the 5th level pre-emperor demonic creature. Reward: 100,000 domain points. Target has been resurrected. Congratulations, host, on killing the 5th level pre-emperor demonic creature. Reward: 100,000 domain points. Target has been resurrected. The system's voice echoed continuously. The townspeople who witnessed this were terrified. Demon. He's a demon. Mother. Why? Do I find him even scarier than the Heavenly Demon Clan? On the other side, Trantrin and continued diligently farming domain points. A sense of joy welling up within him. Ah, this is the feeling of being cleansed by domain points. So exhilarating. I'm so excited. 2 hours passed. Matcha was now utterly drained, regenerating at an incredibly slow pace. The ground was littered with its shattered remains. And sparkling pearls. The system announced. Total domain points received by the host. 500 million. Trantronin sat down and observed the flower. Its resurrection speed has slowed down. It seems. The power granted by the divine weapon has its limits. He couldn't help but taunt. I thought this divine weapon would be difficult to obtain. I didn't expect it to be this simple. Trantronin reached out to take the divine weapon. But it seemed impossible. Indeed, the divine weapon couldn't be forcefully removed. Physical means won't work. I'll have to find another way. Meanwhile, other items dropped from Matter's eye. System, take an inventory. As you command, host. Inventory complete. 50 cloud returning immortal pills. Their effects are comparable to the heaven-splitting pill. One immortal pill can be exchanged for 10,000 domain points. Can I exchange them now? He held a cloud returning immortal pill in his hand, admiring it. To think these are so valuable. It's just that 50 pills are too few. If it weren't for its slowed regeneration, I could have farmed another 100 pills. With that thought, he tossed an immortal pill to Bakwei. Bakwei, try it and see its effects. Bakwei obediently replied, yes, senior. She took the pill, put it in her mouth, and swallowed. Then, she sat down beneath a tree to prepare. Trantronin turned to the crowd and said, everyone. You can leave now. The townspeople were still terrified. They cautiously took a step back, wary of Trantronin. They glanced at the mess on the ground. It's better to be cautious of this outsider. Trantronin didn't pay much attention to their attitude. He made his offer. I can protect you. I can also grant you the power to fight against the heavenly demon clan. In exchange, you must submit to me. Their previous wariness vanished, replaced by excitement, especially among the men. Really? I'm willing. If you can make me stronger. You can even have my life. Very well. Take this pill. It will be your first step towards becoming stronger. A satisfied Trantronin tossed the immortal pills towards the crowd. More and more people yearned for strength. Yes, I want to try it too. They all sat down and began cultivating. Each person was met with a system notification. Cultivator True 2 has broken through to the 3rd level of chi refining. Rewarding host. 5 domain points. Cultivator True BA has broken through to the 1st level of foundation establishment. Rewarding host. 50 domain points. Cultivator Loon Neon Jop has broken through to the 1st level of golden core. Rewarding host. 100 domain points. Cultivator Lean Neon It has broken through to the 5th level of golden core. Rewarding host. 200 domain points. The system's voice continued to ring out. 3 hours passed. Bakwei finished her cultivation. After the cultivation session, the system displayed a summary. On the left was a full body image of Bakwei. On the right were her stats. Contracted follower. Bakwei. Race. Heavenly Fox Demon. Intimacy. 4 stars. Cultivation level. Half immortal. Detecting a change in contracted follower Bakwei's cultivation. On the verge of breaking through from half immortal to immortal soldier. Calculating domain points. Domain points calculated. Trantronin looked at the display in front of him with excitement. Wow! The 5-dot system even has this function? He tapped on various icons. And a list of disciples appeared. Link. Bao Nhi. Red dress. Bakwei. He tapped on Bao Ni's link. The system displayed her information in a similar fashion. Bakwei. Bao Nhi. Race. Human. Intimacy. 5 stars. Cultivation level. Half immortal. Not bad. If you want to see their profiles, just pull them up directly. No need to inspect them further. He chuckled to himself. Meanwhile, Bakwei's face flushed red, her breath hitching. She looked at Trantronin and, thinking. The heavenly Tao restriction of the Tanfang realm is preventing me from breaking through? My spiritual energy is still surging. At this rate, my body will burst from the excess. Unless Senior is willing to assist me in my cultivation. To help me stabilize my spiritual energy. But how can I ask such a thing? Suddenly, she jolted. She could clearly feel it draining away from her body. My spiritual energy. It's suddenly draining away. The breakthrough signs are gone. My cultivation. It's returning to its previous state. What's happening? Bok Wei clutched her body in pain, trying to stop the spiritual energy drain. But it was no use. Tran Trangan was also taken aback. He looked at his domain points, which were plummeting rapidly. He immediately called out to the system. Are you malfunctioning? Why are my domain points being deducted like this? Suddenly, a voice echoed. Use the name of the secret realm seal to open. Tran Trangan looked towards the source of the voice warily. A spatial gate opened there. To his surprise, from within the gate emerged another group. Leading them was another Grand Master. And another Tran Trangan. And a group of people identical to the townspeople. The two sides stared at each other in astonishment, unable to believe their eyes. The Grand Master's eyes widened as he exclaimed. You, brat! I'm not seeing things, am I? Why are you inside the secret realm? Aren't you? He pointed at Tran Trangan number 1. Then turned back to Tran Trangan number 2. What the hell is going on? What's happening? Tran Trangan number 2, who had been stunned all this time, couldn't understand a thing. I'd like to know what's going on too. The ancient divine weapon lay there, emitting an ethereal aura. Tran Trangan number 1 sensed it, and quickly turned to look at the divine weapon. Ha! The newcomers, still disoriented, stood there dumbfounded. Tran Trangan number 1 looked at the flower. The divine weapon was gone. Did the divine weapon just run away? No, that's not it. His domain points were still being deducted. Bok Wei's increased cultivation level was also draining away. This is related to the divine weapon's sudden disappearance. He looked at Bok Wei, who was still enduring the pain. Come to think of it, in this secret realm, the most powerful thing should be that divine weapon. Tran Trangan number 1 seemed to realize something. Wait a minute. I think I was wrong. Its ability might not be regeneration. That divine weapon. It has a more formidable ability. What could it be? Meanwhile, Fong Chiang arrived in the upper realm, traversing through its various immortal realms, searching for the divine weapon. Suddenly, he sensed the aura of the heavenly demon clan. After careful observation, he noticed a desolate area nearby. Setting foot on the ground, Fong Chiang cautiously activated his protective gear, utilizing concealment techniques to avoid any mishaps. Hiding behind a cliff, he peeked inside. He was immediately taken aback. This is the frontline battlefield between the heavenly demons and the upper realm? Inside, there were numerous tents, demonic beasts, and an eye-shaped spatial gate in the sky. This place is heavily guarded. Many heavenly demons here possess heavenly venerable level strength. There are even quite a few immortal emperor level experts guarding this battlefield. Even if my disciple were to come here, it would be a fierce battle. Inside, a heavenly demon had captured a female cultivator. He held her up as if showing off a prize. Ha ha ha. Look what I caught. This heavenly demon was De Quang, deputy commander of the heavenly demon clan's 3rd Legion, a 3rd level realm master. De Quang caressed the trembling female cultivator's face, his voice filled with amusement. A little mouse that couldn't escape. The woman was an immortal venerable, now covered in wounds. Her clothes were torn, and she could only plead. Please, please spare me. Just spare me. I'm willing to give you everything. I can offer you my body to assist you in dual cultivation. Another figure, clad in battle armor, approached De Quang. How noisy. Kill her. Yes, sir. De Quang cheerfully complied. Blood splattered before the armored figure. But he paid no mind. He simply ordered. Kill all those who call themselves immortals. Leave no one alive. The woman's scream echoed through the air. The cold-blooded figure was Kong Min, commander of the Heavenly Demon Clan's 3rd Legion, a peak-level realm master. Fong Chiang, witnessing this from afar, couldn't help but feel enraged. Animals. Calm down. We still have 8 days. Finding the divine weapon is the priority. I'll mark this place first, and return to eradicate them after regrouping with my disciple. That's settled then. Fong Chiang quickly turned and left. As for those people, They can only fend for themselves. 15 minutes later, Kong Min sat leisurely on a large rock, informing his subordinates. The formation here is complete. Now, we only need Phi Lin from the 5th Legion to set up his formation. Then, we can welcome the Lord's descent. De Quan, standing beside him, replied. That chap Han Hai is too cunning. After setting up the first formation, he clung to the Lord. How shameless. Suddenly, a subordinate rushed in, shouting. He knelt down, trembling. Commander. We just received news. Your son, young Master Mada. His life tablet is cracking. He's in grave danger. This subordinate was a life tablet keeper, responsible for monitoring the lives of the heavenly demon clan members. They used life tablets to observe the life force of their kin, relaying the distress signal. De Quang said in disbelief. Ma Da has the ancestral divine weapon that the commander gave him. How could he be in mortal danger? That divine weapon. The commander obtained it from a heavenly god clan expert back in the eternal antiquity era. How could it pose any threat to his life? Could it be the divine weapon's consciousness still lingers and is connected to the heavenly god clan? Kong Min straightened up and ordered. Continue. Ma Ban continued his report, trembling. There's only one person. His cultivation. It's close to a mortal emperor level. One person. So bold. Kong Min's face darkened. To think someone would be so arrogant. De Quan, noticing his darkened expression, quickly suggested. Commander, allow me to lead a team to reinforce young Master Mada. Young Master. My soul-refining demonic art. It still needs one last soul. I'll use that brat as a sacrifice. Kong Min's eyes were filled with rage. Go. He ordered. It's best to capture that kid alive. I want to see who dares to lay a finger on my son. Meanwhile, at the other side, the townspeople, Tran Trang and Number 1, and Tran Trang and Number 2, were in a chaotic brawl. They yelled and screamed, creating a scene no different from a marketplace. Some pulled hair. Some threw punches. Some watched. Some flailed their limbs aimlessly. Damn it. Who's faking their death? Shameless. You fiend. Take this. As everyone fought, the Grandmaster stood there with his jaw agape. What in the world? Why are there two identical people? Suddenly, it dawned on him. I understand now. This is also part of Master Ma Da's plan. In this place, Master Ma Da is an invincible being, like a god. He's toying with these people. And then, he'll devour them all. With that thought, he arrogantly pointed at the two Tran Trang ants. You ignorant swine. Silence. Listen up. I don't care if you're real or fake. You're all going to die here today. The men will be fertilizer. The women will breed offspring for us. Especially you, white-haired girl. I want you to bear a dozen children. This was the Grandmaster's true nature. He held no regard for anyone. Suddenly, the flower revived. It scrambled to its roots and repeatedly slammed its head against Tran Trang in Number 1. I was wrong. I was wrong. Spare me. Please. Or just kill me. Please. The Grandmaster, who was boasting just moments ago, now stared in shock. This is Master Mada? The flower, fearing it would be implicated, immediately lashed out, sending the Grandmaster and his entourage flying for miles. Mada then turned back and acted cutely towards Tran Trang in Number 1. Master. It said sweetly. Look. I've taken care of those who were bothering you. Tran Trang in Number 1, with a sly grin, sat down beside the flower, causing it to break out in a cold sweat. I just so happened to have some questions for you. After a bit of interrogation, he got some results. From Mada, he learned that the divine weapon's first ability was resurrection. For example, it could revive a shattered Mada into a healthy one. But the wearer would experience a momentary death and then be remade, restored to their previous peak state. However, there were limitations to this restoration. The recovery time would gradually increase. Initially, it was 5 seconds. The second ability was time reversal. It could rewind the spacetime of a specific location back to a past point in time. For instance, if Tran Trong Nin at 1:30 p.m. was affected by time reversal, he would be sent back to 12 p.m. Tran Trong Nin at 12 p.m. would then be Tran Trong Nin number 2. Bakwei's cultivation level regressing after the lunar eclipse was due to the influence of time reversal. Tran Trong Nin number 1 surveyed his surroundings. The problem stemmed from this. Based on the time reversal ability, he should have been sent back to when he first arrived at Tanfong Realm. But currently, except for the 500 million domain points, everything else had reverted to its initial state. The spatial transition hadn't changed. And there was an extra copy of himself. Tran Trong Nin number 1 turned to Tran Trong Nin number 2. Hey, imposter. You got some guts. Imitating me right in front of me? Tran Trong Nin number 2 wasn't one to back down. He flipped him the bird. Who's the imposter? Don't you know in your heart? It seems there's one thing I need to verify. Tran Trong Nin number 1 walked towards Tran Trong Nin number 2. Tran Trong Nin number 2 was ready. Ready to play the real or fake monkey kink game with me. You're too naive. The two charged at each other. The pressure they released was so intense that Bakwei couldn't withstand it. One move after another. They were evenly matched, even obliterating a corner of the forest. Mada, watching from afar, didn't dare interfere. He found a safe spot. And muttered, damn, if these two lunatics go all out, they'll even fight themselves. No wonder he could subdue me so easily. Turns out he was hiding his true strength. This level of cultivation is on par with De Kwang. Without the divine weapon to protect me, I'll be killed by the aftershocks if I'm not careful. I need to find the divine weapon quickly, it must be somewhere around here. Outside, the two continued their exchange. But it seemed they were getting bored. Their moves were identical. Their strength equal. He could basically confirm it now. But one final step remained. Tran Trong and number 1 suggested. Hey, how about we change the verification method? Tran Trong and number 2 agreed. That suits me just fine. They landed. The verification is simple, he said. I'll ask, you answer. But to ensure fairness, the questions will be asked by the two Bakweis. How's that? Tran Trong and number 2 added. And the questions must be about personal matters. Tran Trong and number 1 readily agreed. The two Bakweis, seizing the opportunity, bombarded them with questions. Then, we'll be bold, seniors. They both said in unison. First question. Senior, do you have feelings for Bakwei? The two froze. Can we change the question? The two Bakweis didn't hesitate to switch gears. Then, what's the most embarrassing or outrageous thing you've ever done, senior? I once imitated Lu Min Fai in Interstellar Crossing. And swept through the experts, dominating everyone. Back then, I had both hands in my pockets. And knew no rivals. Both of them, as if exposing their own weaknesses, could only grit their teeth and answer in shame. But the two Bakweis saw it as an accomplishment. Their eyes filled with admiration. No rivals. Senior, you're so awesome. The two Tran Trong NS covered their faces and hid behind a tree, avoiding everyone's gaze. Damn it, this is so embarrassing. They just wanted to disappear into a hole. But there was no escape. Determined to press on, the two Bakweis continued their assault like relentless announcers. Their voices bombarded the two men's eardrums. Next, senior, please answer my question quickly. Senior, have you ever told anyone about your heroic deeds? During that interstellar travel. How many girls admired you two seniors back then? Have you two seniors ever dual cultivated with anyone else? Is the dual cultivation position as lustful as described in the books? The two of you can't stand it anymore. Try to control these two mouths. Stop, stop, stop. These questions are a bit too much. The two of them looked at each other and smiled, silently protecting each other. No need to ask anymore. I've confirmed it. My sense of humor is messed up. How can I possibly say it out loud? I've spent 25 years of innocence with them. Good brothers, let's go share information. You could only watch their backs as they left. They walked away, arm in arm. Why didn't they answer her question? A voice appeared in the lower realm. Finally, you've arrived. Outside the secret realm. Deputy Leader D. Kong has arrived. bringing along an army of followers. He arrogantly shattered the barrier. I couldn't resist. But to see that brat kneeling, begging for mercy, inside the demon fox secret realm at this hateful moment. The two Chun-Shanons took turns bullying the little flower child. It's your fault, you helped me find the artifact. Otherwise, it'll take me a lot of effort to find it myself. This artifact has a consciousness and is hiding from us. It would be much easier for you, as its master, to find it. You're doing a good job as a tool. You deserve a reward. The little flower said tearfully. Don't tell me the fight you had earlier was all an act for me? Suddenly, Chen Chang'an number 1 sensed something. A crack appeared in space. It seems like someone is trying to tear apart the secret realm. Chen Chang'an number 1 warned Chen Chang'an no 2. There's a powerful aura coming from outside. Space was torn apart with a loud bang. Sharp claws grabbed the space and gradually entered. It was the Demon King. He had ripped a large hole in space. He laughed out loud. Here we are. Ha 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 ha. The Demon King stuck out his tongue and scanned the area. It was you lot who defeated Mata? The little flower child stared at the figure in front of him. He thought to himself. It was Elder Di Kong, possessing the cultivation level of a domain master. He had personally led an army to save me? I can live. Di Kong was a little puzzled. Why is there another rotten worm here? Get lost. It doesn't matter. Mata shouted excitedly. Elder Di Kong, save me. But before he could finish, Chen Chang'an no 2 kicked him in the mouth, shutting him up. He put away the artifact. His eyes darkened, and he prepared for battle. Good, very good. So the people here were all reinforcements. All at the celestial venerable level and above. What a grand gesture. It seems that this guy's identity is very high within the heavenly demon clan. Several of his subordinates stepped forward. Ha 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 ha. Deputy leader, those two are just rotten worms at the celestial emperor level. Quote. They're too insignificant for you to deal with personally. That's right. Dealing with lowly humans like this would dirty your hands. Their souls. We will personally offer them to you. And we'll feed their bodies to the dogs. The dog they were talking about was a demon dog. With 3 heads and 3 tails. Very ferocious. Di Kong was very satisfied. In that case, tear them apart. What a great source of points. The two Chun-Chang'an smiled happily in unison. He. They clasped their hands together, prepared. The great heavenly dragon technique is ready. It made them flinch a little. There was only one dragon before. But this time, there are 2. 2 heavenly dragons, their power doubled. Wherever the dragons went, the demons were torn in half, and the humans saved. The system's voice rang out. Congratulations to the host for killing a celestial venerable level expert. Reward. 50 million points. Domain. Plus 2 fragments. Realm. Plus 5 Yang attribute treasures. Congratulations. Congratulations to the host for killing a celestial emperor level expert. Reward. 150 million points. Domain. Plus 2 fragments. Realm. Plus 5 Yang attribute treasures. The little flower was sweating profusely, his eyes wide with shock. With just one move, they had slaughtered several celestial venerable and celestial emperor level demons. These 2 are monsters. Real monsters. The battlefield was too brutal. In addition to the sounds of explosions and death, there was also the ice shout. Damn artifact. Second ability activated. Dog form. No one noticed it as it quickly fled. Taking advantage of the fact that everyone's attention was focused on Di Kwang. I have to escape. If I don't, once they're done with Di Kwang, I'll be next. Di Kwang couldn't believe that in just a couple of moves, half of his subordinates were gone. He tried to calm himself down. Don't panic. I've lived for so many years. And I've never seen anyone like this. And the key thing is, he's a lower realm cultivator. Damn it, what kind of god is he? The elite troops I spent thousands of years training. Completely wiped out. He was heartbroken. He's a being capable of conquering any lower realm. With ease. Alone. I'm no match for 2 Abyss Master level cultivators. I need to retreat and report this to the commander. Tran Trong Nin saw him trying to sneak away and turned back, tearing open a spatial rift. Trying to run? It's not every day I encounter a different type of heavenly demon. I have some questions for you. He swiftly flew towards Tran Trong Nin too. I'll go stop him. These goat demons are yours. Tran Trong Nin too nodded, agreeing without hesitation. In a flash, Tran Trong Nin 1 caught up to Di Quang, placing a hand on his shoulder, startling him. Running away? Weren't you all cocky a moment ago? Why don't you continue? Di Quang couldn't believe how fast he was. Looks like I can't avoid a fight today. Even though my soul transformation demon art isn't fully mastered yet. It's enough for a desperate struggle. 43,001. 17166-00119000. He swiftly unleashed his technique. 10,000 soul palms. Countless palms materialized in the air, all aimed at Tran Trong Nin. Die! He roared. Tran Trong Nin remained calm, casually raising his hand in response. He effortlessly blocked all of Di Quang's soul palms. Now's my chance to escape. Di Quang had only pretended to fight. His attack was a diversion to create an opening. Not so fast. Tran Trong Nin had appeared beside him, delivering a swift kick to his face. His face was already ugly. Now he's lost some teeth. 58001.44933-001. 45866. Where do you think you're going? His kick sent Di Quang flying 10 meters. He screamed in pain. Tran Trong Nin pressed his attack, raising his hand and aiming at Di Quang. Young finger. In an instant, the young finger pierced through Di Quang. Effortlessly. Di Quang burst into flames, screaming in agony. On the other side, Tran Trong Nin too was calmly patting Di Quang's subordinates on the head. Looking at him, they could only think. An Abyss Master level heavenly demon, so weak? Tran Trong Nin too noticed something. Hey, he called out to Tran Trong Nin 1. The power of your young finger just now. It was different. What happened? Tran Trong Nin 1 realized it too. The power itself hasn't changed, but it seems to be more effective against heavenly demons. 82,002.23233 to 2.25833. It's dealing triple critical damage. When I fought that white-haired woman, my clone's attacks were repelled. But this time, it's like something amplified my strength. Whoa! It's so hot. The ancient artifact in his pocket suddenly flew out, surprising him. It's the artifact. Smoke billowed from the artifact, taking the form of a woman. Young hero. Are you a spirit? Tran Trong Nin asked, bewildered. Spirits were sentient beings that resided within artifacts, possessing their own thoughts and wills. Legend had it that only ancient gods could create them. The success rate was incredibly low, making artifacts with spirits incredibly rare. The spirit suddenly flew towards Tran Trong Nin and embraced him, startling him further. Please, save me. Save my master. At that moment, Bakwei rushed towards them, shouting, Senior! Don't let her get close. She'll take the spirit away. But it was too late. Bakwei leapt forward to intercept them. But the woman in Tran Trong Nin instantly vanished into thin air. She was filled with anxiety, searching for any sign of Tran Trong Nin. Senior? Where are you? Tran Trong Nin too was stunned. Another clone? Vanished? Even me? As he thought that, he too disappeared without a trace. Bakwei couldn't believe her eyes. Panic surged through her. They're all gone. The ancient spirit's wish. Meanwhile, in a different place, where Tran Trong Nin had been transported, alluring voices called out. My love, wake up. My love. Tran Trong Nin slowly opened his eyes. He found himself in a surreal, dreamlike setting. Where am I? The immortal realm? He wondered. A woman's hand gently poked his cheek. Silly, my love, she said, her voice soft and sweet. You said you wanted to spend a passionate night with me. Her words and actions sent a jolt through him. He was utterly confused. Did I fall asleep as soon as we got into bed? His jaw dropped, his eyes wide with disbelief. Holy shit. Who are you? This isn't a dream, is it? What did that spirit do? The woman before him had long, flowing blue hair and breathtaking beauty. She was a woman of the celestial race. The spring goddess, too high. She smiled gently at him. Her eyes filled with love. I've been waiting for you to be entangled in each other's embrace. She leaned closer. Tran Trong Nin's face flushed red. Silly, she teased, trying to play hard to get. You can't escape me. Tran Trong Nin scrambled back, horrified. I've hit the jackpot, he thought. System, where are you? 155,004. 44500-004. 47266 I'm here, host. Don't worry. You haven't transmigrated. Congratulations, host. You're about to say goodbye to your single life. That's great and all, but what's going on? Why am I in a strange place? With a strange woman. Before he could finish, a hand reached out and pulled him down onto a soft bed. My love, she cooed. Why aren't you answering me? Tran Trong Nin was caught off guard as she embraced him. He couldn't escape. This. My love, do you want to try something new? Don't worry, I'll play along. Too High straddled him, posing seductively. He could only gulp. Her hands gently traced the contours of his muscular abdomen. Let's continue, she whispered. Where we left off. Tran Trong Nin grabbed her hand and pushed her away, startling her. I feel like this is too rushed. How about we reschedule? Don't you understand? Too High smiled, suddenly pinning him down. You said that 3 times now. Are you playing games with me? Her sweet smile instantly morphed into a terrifying visage, as if the previous smile had never belonged to her. What? Tran Trong Nin exclaimed. 3 times? I don't have any memory of that. And her face changed so quickly. Forget it. I need to subdue her before she goes completely crazy. Suddenly, a voice echoed through space. Stop this. Time froze, following the voice. What the? Time? Has stopped? Even Too High was frozen in place. It was the spirit. The one that had appeared earlier. She materialized and addressed him. Young hero. Tran Trong Nin pushed Too High off of him. It's you. As expected. My abilities have no effect on you. The system appeared, indignant. HMPH. A mere spirit. Dares to play tricks in front of us? Such pathetic tricks are beneath us. Who's your grandpa? Whose? Before the system could finish, Tran Trong Nin kicked it repeatedly, annoyed. Damn system. You're still trying to act tough? The spirit's face fell. Why, young hero? I'm sorry. Time is short. Please allow me to explain. She began to reminisce. We're back in the ancient immortal realm. Thousands of years ago. When the covenant between heavenly demons and celestials was still unbroken. This place is the Ma Kingdom, located in the southeast of the ancient continent. It's my homeland, and my master's homeland too. It was also the first kingdom to be destroyed after the ancient war erupted. 3 days from now, your actions here will directly impact the future. This is my last power. Time travel, young hero. You don't belong here. I helped you possess a male consort connected to my master, granting you a level of existence here. 235007. 17,866 to 007. 19,766. A surge of immortal energy entered his mind. These are the body's memories. Fragments of memories flashed before his eyes. The original owner's name was also Tran Trong Nin. He was a mortal with no cultivation talent, living in the mortal realm. He was known for his handsome appearance and his womanizing ways. When he met the artifact's master, he was captivated by her beauty. The artifact's master, enamored by him, fell head over heels. They yearned to be together. Unfortunately, every time they tried to be intimate, one of his previous admirers would interrupt them. Each time, the original owner would find an excuse to flee. This was the third time he had arranged to meet the artifact's master. The memories were vivid. Tran Truong-en pondered. No wonder she was so angry. 256,007. 55,266 to 007. 57,500. He stood her up twice. That's not the point. System. Are you there? Report. You finally remembered me. Confirmed. Everything she said is true. Furthermore, the negative side effects of my possession won't affect you, host. You can still unleash your full power. Good job, system. The system blushed. Host. That's the first time I've heard you compliment me. The spirit looked at him. Puzzled. Young hero. Why are you sighing? 271,008. 23,766 to 008. 25,733. Are you upset that I interrupted your intimate moment? Don't worry. You can continue afterwards. No. Tran Truong-en cried out, exasperated. 275,008. 31,100 to 008. 33,000. Don't think of me as that kind of guy. I'm not interested in being a kept man. If you don't, there are plenty of other handsome men waiting to be doted on by my master. What the? He was speechless. What kind of player is she? I'm a faithful man. One woman is enough. 282,008. 43,733 to 008. 44,566. She continued. 284,008. 45,933 to 008. 49,333. Ah, yes. My master has 232 male consorts in her palace. You are the 233rd. She wanted to be intimate, but she fell in love with you at first sight. You brought me here just to tell me this? Tran Truong-en was speechless, utterly dumbfounded. No, it's not that. You're wrong, my master. She's going to die. The spirit's voice was filled with sadness. I'm an artifact born to protect my master. My power is meant to safeguard her life. But I can't be by her side, no matter what I do. In the end, I could only watch as she was killed. Over and over again. Her eyes, filled with tears, met his. Please, save her. If you do, I'll serve you as my master. I'll do anything you ask. Tran Truong-en's expression turned serious. First of all, you're a spirit. Saving your master won't make you my possession. Secondly, you belong to your master, no one else. In other words, you could easily use me to achieve your goal. And then send me back. The spirit cried out, her voice filled with desperation. I won't gamble with this only chance. But, I will help you. Tran Truong-en cut her off. The spirit was stunned, her eyes widening with disbelief. Tears welled up, her heart filled with gratitude. System announcement. Maximum enhancement activated. Special quest detected. Quest details. Help the spring goddess, too high, overcome her destined tribulation. Obtain the divine artifact. Quest reward. 500 million realm points. And the eternal time la physique. So, it wasn't kindness after all. But ambition. He chuckled inwardly. Well, random quests with such generous rewards don't come along every day. Young hero, thank you. It's a deal. We have 3 days. Time flows at the same rate as yours. The surrounding air shimmered with spiritual energy. She began to fade. The next test awaits. Rely on yourself. Time resumed its flow. Tran Truong-en quickly grabbed Tu Hai's hands. How could I possibly make light of you? I cherish you dearly. Tu Hai blushed, her eyes wide with surprise. Tran Truong-en gazed at her lovingly. I just feel that treating you casually like this would be disrespectful. I want to give you the best. Tu Hai, her doubts fading, looked at him. Is that so? I thought you were teasing me. I also want to give you the best. She leaned against him. My love, why don't we go home? I'll take good care of you. All right. He thought of Tonso. I'm a man of my word. Once I obtain the artifact, I'll focus on earning more realm points and upgrading the system, expanding the realm to an immortal realm. Then let me take you. Before she could finish, 360-0-11.16 933-0-11. 18,833. The ceiling exploded, creating a massive hole. He was startled. A silver-haired woman, sword in hand, fell from the sky. Sister Too High. You're dead. Junior sister. Why are you so angry? Too High showed no fear. Instead, she smiled and raised her hands in mock surrender. You steal my consort and still have the nerve to talk? The silver-haired woman was furious, her face turning purple. An intense killing intent radiated from her. She looked a lot like the heavenly demon, Han Hai. It's her. Tran Trang and recognized her. She's a heavenly demon. I can't believe she was Too High's fellow disciple. Thousands of years ago. You just confessed your love to me. And now you're trying to get into Too High's bed? She grabbed his shirt angrily. Wait. Wait a minute. What's going on? 381,011. 5,933,320 hours 12 minutes and 1 second. 333. I'll settle this score with you first. She grabbed him like a frog and dragged him towards a spatial gate. Tran Trang and struggled in vain, crying out in alarm. Too High smiled and patted his cheek. Oh my, junior sister, coveting my belongings? That's not a good habit. Tran Trang was dragged into a different space. The demon realm. It was a barren wasteland, dotted with colossal fortresses that pierced the heavens. She finally released him. Wait. Give me a chance to explain. Tran Trang was utterly helpless. Is this a love triangle? Seriously? Han Hai, no longer consumed by jealousy, said coldly, drop the act. This is the heavenly demon territory. Too High. Can't reach us here. Explain yourself. Why haven't you completed the mission I assigned to you? She glared at him. No more pretending. This is the heavenly demon territory. Too High. Can't reach us here. Explain yourself. Why haven't you completed the mission I assigned to you? Her questioning left him flustered. I thought he was just an ordinary consort. But he has a special role? It dawned on him. Long ago, Han Hai recruited the original owner as her servant. She had been planning this for a long time. She ordered him to get close to Too High and steal the artifact. He was supposed to strike when Too High was blinded by passion. But my possession interrupted his performance, causing the plan to fail. Han Hai. Too High. I almost couldn't tell them apart. Han Hai's gaze burned into him. Not only did you fail to obtain the artifact, but if I hadn't intervened, you would have actually gone back to Too High's palace. Who knows what would have happened? He waved his hands, denying it. Of course not. This was all part of my plan. But I don't understand anything yet. By following Too High, I might be able to gather some valuable information. You're different today. You spent time with Too High, failed to retrieve the artifact, and even learned some indecent behavior. She's suspicious. Until we gather enough information, we need to maintain the current dynamic. As for this woman, I have no choice. Thinking this, Tran Trang reached out and grabbed her breast, squeezing it. Blood gushed from his nose, but he held on, forcing himself to act like the original owner. Han Hai trembled with anger. You bastard. You're dead. She cursed him endlessly, but her expression betrayed her words. Tran Trang, based on the original owner's memories, knew that this was a normal way of interacting between him and Han Hai. Too High's influence is strong. Perhaps a familiar environment. will make her lower her guard. I'm willing to venture into the tiger's den for her. He impulsively grabbed her slender waist. She gasped. Her face flushed crimson. All right. All right. Let go. I have important matters to attend to. Letting go is not an option. He thought to himself. Smirking. That's right. I'm not a pervert. Message for host. The objective is to simulate. Not to surpass him. I'm simply replicating the way the original owner interacted with Han Hai. Rest in peace, original owner. I will carry on your legacy of pleasure. They were at the border of the Twyman Kingdom, a land ruled by demons. As soon as the demons saw Han Hai, they began whispering and gossiping. She has the nerve to show her face here. She's always frolicking in the celestial realm. And now she's sleeping with those lowly humans. Disgusting. A stone, thrown by an ugly woman, struck Han Hai. You white-haired demon. Shameless whore. She shrieked. Beside her, a young boy joined in the insults. His parents, alarmed, quickly scolded him. Why are you provoking her? You'll bring bad luck upon us. White-haired demon. Three-mouthed bitch. Go to hell. Immoral celestial. Tran Trong and watched as the rumors and insults spread. He felt a pang of sympathy for Han Hai. So, she's not having a good time in the demon realm either. As if sensing his gaze, she shot him a sharp glare. Do you want to lose your eyes? He quickly looked away. They continued walking. After a while, they arrived at a large hut. Wait here, she warned him. Don't cause any trouble. Even I can't protect you if you do. Tran Trong and blew her an exaggerated kiss. I understand. Come back soon. I'll miss you. She grunted in response and turned away. Not noticing Tran Trong and sly grin. As soon as she was out of sight, he slipped away. Now that I'm here, I can't just sit around and wait. The spirit gave me too little information. All I know is that this is the ancient continent 30,000 years ago. In 3 days, the ancient war will erupt. And I had to save Tu Hai during the war to obtain the artifact and become her master. He stealthily made his way through the various camps, observing everything from weapon forges to demon training grounds. The demons are constantly recruiting, fully prepared for war. Basically, in 3 days. As long as I can keep that player girl alive, this mission will be a piece of cake. But I still don't understand how this continent works. What kind of power the demon generals possess. And what level I can reach here. Suddenly, a voice called out from behind. Look what I found. Hey! Isn't this Han Hai's little pet? A burly demon charged towards him, throwing a punch. I don't understand why Han Hai rejected Lord Haksat's love. She's clearly unwanted. She doesn't understand Lord Haksat's feelings. And she's always dragging this pretty boy around with her. Tran Trong Nen dodged the punch. And another, even larger demon stepped forward. Shut up. How dare a human compare himself to me? The other demons bowed respectfully to the newcomer. The young demon, whose face resembled a carnivorous flower, growled. Let's kill this kid. That Han Hai girl won't dare to say anything. You bastard. You're dead. She cursed him endlessly. But her expression betrayed her words. She didn't know what was happening. As she was slapped across the face, unable to resist. You useless girl. An elder demon roared. You failed to obtain the artifact. So what are you doing back here? Do you have any idea how important that spring goddess's artifact is to our plan? You're good at causing trouble, but useless when it comes to getting things done. Han Hai knelt on the ground. Uncle, patriarch. At least someone had to return to report. If I had died out there, I would have wanted the patriarch to at least have a memorial tablet for me. Hearing this, the elders softened their expressions. Han Hai, you are the daughter of a hero. Although some in the clan may have prejudices against you, we all have high hopes for you. We were waiting for good news. But look at you now. The Celestials are suppressing our heavenly demon race everywhere. We've been driven back. And many tribes refuse to spare us. If we hadn't lost to the Celestials thousands of years ago. 5-73-0 hours 18 minutes and 9 seconds. 000 to 0 to 18. 11,633 we wouldn't be in this situation. I told you so. The elder demon is spat. That human you keep around is useless. He has no power. And he's an idiot. We should have thrown him into a cauldron and cooked him long ago. Han Hai lowered her head, accepting the blame without hesitation. It was my fault. My plan was flawed. He's innocent. He successfully got close to too high. Just give me a little more time. And I'll use him to obtain the artifact. The elder demoness, enraged, threw her staff at Han Hai. You fool. Those who succeed are rewarded, while those who fail are damned for eternity. It seems you need to be taught a lesson. There's no need to be angry, patriarch. Speaking of lessons, isn't Haksat, our strongest warrior, supposed to have broken through to the Demon King realm recently? He needs a healthy clansman to help him consolidate his power. Let him handle this girl. Good idea. Haksat's matter is a priority. Summon him. A moment later, a young demon rushed in, panicked. It's not good. Lord Haksat is dead. Everyone was stunned. 604,019. 11733-019. 13,366. His body was found in a corner of the training grounds. He was brutally murdered. No one saw what happened. What? The elder demoness' eyes widened, her jaw almost unhinging. Seal the borders. Seal them now. Tighten security. Not even a fly can get through. Someone infiltrated our territory. All high-ranking warriors, assemble. She roared. Find the culprit. We must find the culprit. Taking advantage of the chaos, Han Hai slipped away. As she hurried away, she thought. That idiotic consort. He didn't get caught up in this, did he? Tran Trong Nin was sitting beside a wooden barrel. You're back. He called out, waving. Seeing him safe and sound, she breathed a sigh of relief. She grabbed his hand and pulled him along. Let's go. Hurry. Where are we going? To the Toei Min Kingdom. While the two were running away, the system took the opportunity to send a notification. Congratulations to the host for defeating a heavenly demon level. Demon King, get 9 billion domain points. At this time, at Toei Min Kwak, the people looked on with admiration. Toei Min Kwak is located on the border of Tien Mavak. If it weren't for the goddess who day and night purifies the demonic energy. Unimaginable. What kind of days would we live? Just saw someone coming out from inside. The children eagerly said. Ah, she's here again. Fong Hai, as beautiful as ever, walked out. She muttered. Use my divine power to purify the 4 directions for the nation. Eliminate all evil and filth. At Toei Min Kwak, where the radiant light shone. The original name of Toei Min Kwak was Toei Min Kak. It is the border between immortals and demons. The last battle between immortals and demons. When the demons were about to invade the immortal realm, the angels used ancient beasts to suppress them. Sealed the demon lord's head. Ancient statues and tens of thousands of demon statues here. And the survivors of the battle. And the immortals who lost their homes established a nation here. However, the demonic energy leaking from Mine Gwyn, constantly eroding the demon lord's head seal. Never giving up on breaking the seal. The spring goddess purification ritual. Also from once every few months before, gradually increasing to once a day as it is now. Toei Min Kwak is located on the border of Tien Mavak. If it weren't for the goddess who day and night purifies the demonic energy, then it's unimaginable. What kind of days would we go through? Fong Hai repeated the words and the ritual. Use my divine power to purify the 4 directions of the nation. Destroy all evil and wicked. The people below also folded their hands in prayer. Spring goddess, love the world. Eliminate evil, spread spring light. All things awaken, fresh flowers bloom. We all look up to the goddess above, looking at the few people below who couldn't help, just whining in her ear, making her annoyed and couldn't help but glare at them. Disperse the people, I said, every time I purify the demonic energy. Then in the square, it is forbidden for people to gather. The people behind, hearing this, took orders. She frowned. The demonic energy today is not right. I hope nothing happens. An old man scratched his nose and thought to himself, the goddess is too sensitive. It's not like the demon lord is alive. Every day is the same, it's annoying. Purify every 10 days. Big purification every 3 days. Small, it's not that much trouble, people. If you want to watch, just watch. Suddenly there was a curse that startled him. Damn it, it's really troublesome. What happened? How can that be? There was a voice screaming, not good. The demon lord has broken through. The seal is broken. Run. The aura emanating from the temple was billowing, like a rolling wave. Huge cracks appeared in the ground. People are scared, running away in all directions. Larger and larger cracks appeared in the ground, running along a long section, forming a dark abyss. In a moment of carelessness, the little girl who was running around with her mother fell down. But other people were running and shouting, "Help, earthquake, someone come save my child." From above the platform, hurriedly shouted to the people below, "Don't panic, the immortals of Toai Min Kwok, help me. If you hold on for another 15 minutes, I can lock it again. We still have time." But when she turned around, no one wanted to stand up to help. They took their wounds and said to her, "Goddess, please forgive our incompetence to stop the demonic energy. We have just exhausted our strength. Goddess, please enter the formation and restore the seal first." She was surprised to see the group of people sitting there playing dead. Her eyes seemed to have something die a little. Your immortal power is clearly very abundant. Urgent matters should be prioritized. She opened the formation and began casting spells. Everyone get out of the way. Protect the people, don't let the casualties increase. As soon as Thuong Hai left, the group of people started talking lively. The goddess is really the same as before. Just rush in by herself, wouldn't it be fine? Or how? Why do you have to bother us like this? Anyway, it will be settled later, right? Should we go to Chaolon to listen to songs later? Anyway, just leave it to the goddess. These are not big deals. Anyway, only she can seal that demon. Very quickly. Thuong Hai entered the demon sealing formation. Seeing that, he immediately greeted her. "We meet again. Angel's little girl. Ancient demon Lord Dusu." He stuck out his long tongue and shook his head. "Since the last time you set foot here, the time has been shortened a lot. Last time was the day I was reborn." She resolutely said, "With me here, I will never let you go out and continue to cause harm to the world." He laughed loudly and mocked, "You are just a puppet sent by the angel race. In 3 days, I will return to the 9 heavens and trample the 9 continents. No one in this world can stop me anymore. By then, you will understand that everything you can save is just a charity that I casually throw down." As he spoke, he released the child who had just fallen to her. Seeing that, she felt something was wrong. But she still ran to catch the child. When Thuong Hai was about to touch the baby, a blood spear rushed down from above. Then the spear plunged down deeply into Thuong Hai's small body. "You can't save anyone. Du Su summoned more blood spears aimed straight at the goddess and fell. Seeing the goddess pierced by a spear, blood flowing from the wound, still trying to hold the baby's hand, sacrificing her life with a little regret, he laughed even louder. "For those ants. I don't know how many times I've sealed them away, right? But you must be at your limit too, right?" Her eyes were cloudy, losing their light. But her voice was firm and without fear. "As long as I live for 1 day. Don't even think about taking anyone's life. And don't even think about taking a step out of here. Use my eternal life, dedicated to the Supreme God. Demonic energy dissipates.